Forgot to plug it in.
I don't know why I don't have sound all of a sudden. That's so incredible.
And about town.
I can hear you in my head.
Oh, there it is.
It's time once again for another episode of Comin at Ya. Comin at Ya, a podcast about the world of mixed martial arts, boxing, wrestling.
It was the cable. We need to get new cables. We don't got to do anything. This is live, baby.
Unbelievable. This fucking guy.
Hey, it's your cables you're all crunching up like fucking Captain Crunch.
And we're back. Can you work with me a little bit here? And we're back.
We got to wait a minute. Oh, this fucking music. Just fuck this thing. We're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 195.
Coming at You podcast is brought to you in part by
Resp Tattoo.
For all your tattoo needs. I think that was your line.
It was my line. You reversed it.
All right, here we go. Coming at You podcast is brought to you in part by
Resp Tattoo.
He just called me up the other day, actually.
And what did he say?
He just bought some big goddamn telescope
For what?
to look at fucking...
The eclipse?
No, I think he
Fucking
just...
burned his eyes out of his socket.
Directly into it.
No.
What does he need with a fucking telescope?
I don't know. Maybe he's just wants to fucking...
Where
have
can
a
people
tel-
find Resp?
Resptattoo.com.
Where is he working at?
I don't know.
How about Leatherman Tools?
I actually have my Leatherman tool with me right now. I always have it with me.
Got one in my car.
Fucking A right he does. We are best friends now.
We're prepared. Always.
Right here, made in the U.S., has a 25-year warranty, not made in Brazil. Sorry, Papo. Made in the U.S. of A, baby. All right?
Netflix?
This is like the bathroom buddy except for men. You know what I mean? You want screwdrivers, you got that right here. You got flashlights, you want knives, you want scissors, you want screwdrivers, you want pliers, you want wire cutters, you want wire strippers. You got all that right here.
That's Leatherman.
Leatherman Tools. Sounds like a gay bar.
Also brought to us by Netflix.
The Defenders. I'm up to episode 4. I'm really liking the show a lot.
I didn't make it through the first episode.
Even Iron Fist is better.
No.
They set the bar pretty low, though, with Iron Fist.
That's what I heard. I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet.
I think my microphone.
Are you having trouble hearing on yours too? We're having all kinds of problems tonight.
How about now, Papo?
A
Hey.
and A.
Hey!
Ooh.
Hey,
Us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the studio, professional fighter and salsa dancer.
In the free time.
His name is Alessandre Bezerra Papo
Da Silva.
de Silva. Sorry, hold on. Can I ask you a question for real?
Yeah?
Do all Brazilians got like really fucking long names? Is that like a thing?
No, it's like a first middle name for mother, last name for father.
So the middle name is the mother's name,
Yeah.
the maiden name.
Bezerra.
That's pretty
Bezerra.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So is it the De Silva? Is it Silva or is it De Silva
Da-
like the?
Da Silva. Da Silva. It's
So-
2 words separate.
Here we go. We're going to try it again. Alessandre Bezerra de Silva. But you can call him anything you want, just not late for dinner, ladies.
Hello, world.
Poe.
We also have our friend Jesse Gray.
Jesse
Amen.
Gray.
Lapel Choke.
I don't have a fancy name.
Yeah, we used to have a website. Was it lapelchoke.com?
Yeah, for years.
Yeah.
Long time.
We're going to call him a new name.
Yeah,
We're
he
gonna
used to
call
sponsor
him-
me too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
When nobody else was sponsoring. you, that's
Yeah.
when you came
The
to
first
America.
one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
He sponsored the kids tournament I did too.
Yep, that's right.
We got to come up with a good nickname for him. Chris, come up with one right now.
Then we'll have one by the end of the show.
Triceps. That's it.
Also,
Triceps, that's
also brought to us by WWE Network.
WWE Network. Actually, they have the new special for season 2 of Southpaw Regional Wrestling is on there, and it's kind of funny. It harkens back to the old territorial 1980s days. A lot of funny stuff.
And what is this on?
It's free. It's on WWE.com. Just type in Southpaw Regional Wrestling, and you ever watch some of the old tapes of the old like Mid-South stuff, like the old NWA? It's all like that. It's intentionally bad. They're all wearing like bad
I
wigs.
don't think they were doing intentionally bad back in the day.
No, it's supposed to be intentionally bad now. It looks like it's
Oh,
filmed
okay.
on VHS. It's like,
oh, okay.
I
yeah,
think I've caught some of that before.
It's supposed to look
fucking
like that.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's amazing.
Did you see some MMA guys once doing like a wrestling shit?
Yeah.
Phil
Like-
Baroni and Stephen Bonner.
No, the other one.
Josh Barnett is he does the commentary on the Japanese
First of all,
pro wrestling.
let me stop you right there because I am the professor of professional wrestling. I just made that up. No, Josh Barnett's awesome. He was he actually wrestled before he fought professionally.
Yeah.
actually.
Who's him? The kid.
Catch wrestler.
Yeah.
That kid who got busted by weed too. He's doing pretty good too.
Who's this?
Who?
That kid.
Matthew Riddle.
Yeah.
He is the WWN champion.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
He is the WWN champion. He just recently defended his title.
What's the WWN?
The World Wrestling Network. Now, this is something really exciting to me, so glad you brought that up.
I just brought because Chris didn't want to talk about it.
Basically, WWN is a network of all these different independent promotions around the world. You've got WXW in Germany. You've got Evolve. You've got IXW. You've got all these different promotions that all have champions. And because of the internet, you can see this shit. It's crazy. There has never been a time within the past 30 years that you could be an independent pro wrestler outside of the WWE and make a living. I mean, shit. Hot Topic is selling fucking Bull Club shirts and other stuff. It's pretty cool. But Matt Riddle got busted because he had a prescription for medical weed. He was on a 4-fight winning streak and got busted and
Is that
got,
right?
he got
Oh, he's
fired.
talking about, yeah.
He was on a 4-fight winning streak and got let go because Egghead didn't like him.
The
Yeah,
But he
so
has
that-
his championship, and he basically goes around to these different promotions, much like Ric Flair, get better, Nate, used to do with the NWA title. Go around all these different promotions and work.
we haven't even.
Yeah,
made
but
it
like
out
how
with
how
sponsors
how
yet.
that how that works, because that's not like a real fight, right? I mean,
Do you like Game of Thrones?
really-
Hold
no,
on.
no. I know that's like a really serious. People can get hurt and
I
everything.
wouldn't say it's not real. It's predetermined,
Yeah,
and here's what it is with pro wrestling for me. It's
people invite him or he just go there.
well, no, I think he was a fan of it, but it's athletic.
Of course.
But all these different promotions work in conjunction with each other.
Oh, okay.
And because it's all under this banner of this one thing, but pro wrestling is just like Game of Thrones. Sure it is. Sure it is. Do you like Game of Thrones?
I do like it.
Okay, am I going to say, hey, guess what? There's no fucking thing as a real
hold
dragon.
on.
Don't
I
be
know,
sad that it got fucking
I know
speared.
that's not real.
You're saying it's
Hey,
entertainment.
yeah,
Yeah,
that is a thing I saw today. Like some people, but the
Hold on.
dragon could not fly
Hold
that
on.
fast and get hit.
Hold on.
It's
I got
fucking
something for you.
show.
I got something
like
for
I
you.
have to be fake,
I got
not
something for you.
real.
You said it's not real, but the story is so good that it brings you into it.
No.
That you bullshit.
No,
Oh, stop it! You dress up? You've got Power Rangers underwear. Don't stop it.
no, Green Lantern,
I
but not
understand
Power
what you're
Ranger.
saying, though.
But
You're
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
it's
No, I know it.
entertainment.
It's
Yeah.
entertainment for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
2 hours. You don't. Have
But you
to
know
think-
it's fake. That's the thing.
I don't like that word fake. Because you can't fake gravity. You can't fake the injuries.
No, I'm
You
not.
can fake titties.
No, there's no such thing as
No,
fake titties.
I mean, even the fake ones.
You can touch
Yeah,
that.
the
girl.
fake one's the best one.
There's real or there's real
about that.
expensive.
Yeah.
We're still not out of our sponsors yet, by the way.
He talked about pro wrestling.
Stream Cage Combat.
Looking good, Helen. And I can say this because she doesn't watch it a lot.
There-
She was wearing the heels, and she was like, eye
was
levels were
towering
like
over you.
tit level. It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, hey, how you doing?
She definitely looked good. Also brought those.
Locora?
Who?
Is that her last name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A locura.
Yeah, I've seen her.
That's boss lady to you. She's cool.
She's a cool chick.
Yeah.
Anyone else the show brought to us by that you can think of? Jack Daniels.
Band-Aid for your soul. And it's doing wonders for mine right now. But we're not going to get into that because Chris gets mad when I get too real.
So,
Soccer moms get all mad.
so we were talking about Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in the room watched it. Todd, did you watch it last week?
Todd, the invisible man that can never be on camera but is front and center in all the pictures.
Has anybody watched it more than one time?
I did.
The
This
episode?
This past week's episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I've seen it 4 times
I
already.
watched it.
Why?
I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It
Fucking-
felt like so many things that I loved all just mixed into one.
Tormund.
Which things do you like?
Tormund's
Tormund is a fucking
Zombies,
man.
dragons.
Do you know what my favorite part of it was? And I actually thought about this when it was going on. When the Hound said my favorite word, I wonder if Chris is offended by this word.
Cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're going to hear about it now.
Like a
You're not-
1,000 times.
Oh.
But you know what? Like the
The
British.
Lord of... I've never met a Lord that wasn't a cunt. I don't see why the Lord of Light will be any different. I was like, God bless
The
this
British,
man.
Yo.
the British say that. The British say that though. Like it's for
Scottish.
them. It's like yeah, it comes out. Like,
That is another thing that I noticed too. Like a Game
Pretty
of
nice.
Thrones, they talk like they live in the actual times. Because remember, like Cersei, she got somebody like lock up the other woman, and he said like, hey, you can feed her every hour. How she knows that it's an hour? Yeah. Like
You do realize that people in like the ancient times like knew how to manage time with.
I know, but like how they know like an hour is an hour?
Sundials.
They could say like, hey, you give
What if
give
it's
food to her
nighttime?
every like a suns go down, every time the suns go up or something like that.
Touche. That's a good one, but it was during the day.
Yeah, they might just know what time it is during the day because the sundials, and they have no clue at night.
It's cloudy. they're
What time is it? I
fucked.
have no fucking idea because it's sundial.
You got to figure.
I don't know. Check
if
on my
they could
phone.
successfully.
It's later.
Yeah, I was about to say if they knew how to
Yeah, two
navigate
times,
the stars,
day
they
and
could
night.
probably keep track of time through that.
To what?
Well, I mean, they had calendars in the ancient world that we based our modern calendar off of. So, I mean, they had to have some kind of way to measure time.
Is it agreed that the Hound has the best comments? On a regular
100%.
basis? Oh, you don't like free folk? No, I just don't like
Gingers.
gingers. You cunt.
Tormund.
You want to suck my dick? He's like,
Tormund's
you
a
want to suck
fucking
my
man.
dick?
He's like, what's this, a dick?
Am I the only one that wants to see a buddy cop show with Tormund and the Hound?
Yeah, that would be
I would
awesome.
watch that.
Oh my
Second.
god, it would be
Heartbeat.
amazing. Just see them like on a tour bus.
I'm wondering if they're gonna have Tormund and Brienne Tarth sex scene.
Oh, when he said he wants her to
You ever
have his
see her out of
babies?
makeup? She looks like a normal woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
She's a normal woman.
She's a big
She's
woman.
just tall.
Got
That's
a
very
big one.
big.
She's
Who
a big
told
one.
you to
Yeah.
take that helmet off? Check that blaster.
Yeah, she looks.
It's Phasma.
If I was the same
Yeah,
height,
that's right.
if I was the
It's
same height as her, I'd be all over.
Please.
In her like real
You
pictures.
look like Scrappy Doo on top of her, just humping her leg.
I said if she was the same height. Don't you listen?
No, I don't.
That's because you don't have headphones on.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Who's your favorite character on the show?
The Hound.
The Hound?
Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to do my impression of Brahm. Tell me anything.
Anything.
That's his role. Just look uninterested. Just look uninterested. Brahm, we won the war. The White Walkers are dead.
I like the dude with the red hair.
Tormund.
Yeah, and
He's my favorite.
Who's the guy?
But what is the thing? He knows everything already.
Well, he's
Yeah,
the one-eyed
he's
raven.
He's the three-eyed raven.
Oh, I'm thinking of my penis. Sorry.
who's the guy with the metal hands, buddy?
Jamie Lannister.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, his little
Bronn,
sidekick.
Bronn.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's my
yeah,
other
yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, that guy doesn't give a fuck.
He's
No,
like, you
he
could
doesn't
have
give
killed
a
me.
fuck.
He's like, you fucking asshole. I saved your life.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
the only one that gets to kill you.
Fucking crazy.
Where's my glass full ice? Did
No
you,
idea.
I thought you said you did get
I
it.
didn't get it. I don't think. So just power through it. You'll be okay. You have ice in there still.
He's a horrible host. Would you agree?
I feel for you.
Would you?
As,
Would
as,
you?
a, whi- as a whiskey drinker,
Would you agree?
I like my.
But you know what? After 195 times doing this with him, am I really his host anymore?
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? 195 times I put up.
When he goes, give me some ice.
I said,
Yeah.
please.
Sits
Every
down,
time I said,
sits
can
down
I
and
get?
just asks for
Can I get a glass of ice, please? Everybody heard it, and I have it on tape.
He's gonna be the same asshole when he's like 85 years old, just chirping at everybody
And you know
in the
what?
family.
I don't acknowledge
Wipe
the
my
comments.
ass!
I won't. I won't acknowledge the comments of anybody that's too afraid to be on camera.
Yeah, Todd won't be on camera.
Then why do you give me a mic?
But the episode was.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got a shelf behind him. It wasn't there before. But the episode itself, I thought was phenomenal from start to
Yeah,
finish.
it was
and,
cool.
And I've been doing this new thing. I have like the Wi-Fi lights in the room. So whatever the dominant color is on the TV
Yeah.
is the color I change it to as the show goes. So it was like
that's
we
not annoying.
had like the no, it's awesome when you watch
I
it.
do the same thing. I have LEDs. I hang LEDs behind my TV, and I turn them on white.
Set the mood,
I
right?
set them at white. Yeah.
Damn, I look at amateur here.
I just have a TV.
Yeah.
But that entire episode.
Actually, I watch on my computer.
the entire episode was like blue, like in the background, like it was almost all.
They're
in the north.
spending a lot of money on those episodes.
Dude, how about the
Holy
fucking
shit.
grizzly bear?
That's good. That's
Anything in that, you know, like how on TV shows when they do like special effects on, you're like, yeah, that looks good for TV. That shit is up there with any
Yeah.
feature film.
Totally.
Oh my god! I mean, the fucking
Millions
grizzly
and
bear that came
millions
out of
of
nowhere and just
dollars,
started
man.
mauling.
Yeah,
everybody?
that one's awesome too.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, you now have the second worst mauling scene by a bear.
Seriously.
It fucking.
That thing was brutal, and
That-
those dudes broke out the swords with the flames.
That
Yeah.
dude
Dude's
that dude he was eating, Thoros Amir. That's the drunk dude that he was eating.
Ah,
that guy's
yeah.
also a badass too.
He was.
But he's
and-
gone
and-
permanently now, right?
He is, but the dude Jorah Mormont, the guy that came back to
6 times.
yeah. No, that's the fuck is that? Oh, Jesus.
I like that guy too.
That guy's cool.
The whole crew. That whole crew that's out there.
There's a classic scene here we're talking about where he like stormed some breach of a castle.
Yes.
And
he's like, "You're the craziest
Jorah
fucker."
Mormont said, I thought you were the bravest guy I ever saw. I was fucking drunk, man. I don't even remember.
I was the drunkest.
Yeah, I woke up the next day and I was like, what happened? They were like, you stormed the castle.
But when they all walked out of the gate like a week, 2 weeks ago, and he just showed them off in the back, I'm like, that's a fucking crew right there.
You know what it reminded me of though? You know the old Star Treks when they used to say the dudes in the red shirts when they went down to like a
The
planet,
away team never came back.
they
The red
died,
shirt.
those dudes, and
Yeah.
when you saw like the 3 or 4 dudes in the back, you're like, those dudes are
Yeah,
all
yeah. The ones that
none
you
of
never
those
saw
guys
their
can
face.
fucking live.
Jesse, keep that hand. Your hand keeps going up and blocking.
Oh, that's okay. He can talk with his hands.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! It
They
blocks
thought
the
it was mine.
shot of Christopher Perry.
He's so beautiful.
Oh
he can
my
only
God.
have so much airtime.
You cunt! How could you block
know.
the shot of his beauteousness?
You're out of here.
Yeah.
Did you guys think the dragon was gonna come back?
Oh yeah, we were
Yeah,
waiting for it.
Not-
I think everybody knew that
He
already.
saw it coming.
Well, a friend of mine
didn't
from
know.
work,
No?
Jenna, she hits me up and she goes like a week before. She goes, if the Night King got a hold of a dragon, would he shoot ice? And I'm like, you watched it, didn't you? She's like, no, motherfucker, it's all her fault. Thanks.
She told you about it?
Yeah,
She kind of ruined it for me.
That's
Without
bullshit.
telling you, yeah.
so now the Dragon Guild is by fire
Ice.
or ice.
It's
Ice.
gonna- yeah,
It'll be dry ice.
That's awesome.
Or it might have freeze breath.
rent it out for Halloween.
It
parties.
probably won't be ice. It would probably be freeze breath, I would think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
it'll
listened.
come out like blue and then probably freeze
I
up.
listened to this.
Instant contact.
Did you ever listen to the pod? It's like little 5-minute little things called Brain Stuff by HowStuffWorks.com.
Yes.
They did one on dry ice, why it was so cold and all. Like,
Why is it so cold?
It's why it's so dangerous. It's so cold that it actually skips its liquid form. It goes from solid to gaseous, and it's so cold that it burns you because it's so cold it just kills the skin and all. It's dangerous. And when it goes into its gaseous state, it emits carbon dioxide. So if you're in a room,
Check out the big
pretty
brains
dangerous.
on bullet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like to learn things.
People used to do that with special effects.
Oh, the dry ice, yeah,
they
for
use it
stuff.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
dangerous.
you
though.
guys watch the previews for the next week? Because as soon as the show's over, I turn it off. Like I don't
Yeah.
watch any
God, I
previews.
ran back.
They're all going
I
to
didn't watch
King's
it.
Landing to
Yeah.
have a big meeting of the minds.
You know, he was just. I think he was trying to say that he doesn't watch.
I don't watch the fucking previews. You're that fucking chick you just got mad at.
You know what though? He didn't really give that much away because it was like a bunch of people sitting around. So
Yeah, so eat a dick.
they're not whatever they're gonna show. They're gonna show.
Still.
Traditionally though, with those shows, like the second to last show
Is the big one.
Is the big one.
Yeah.
So we probably just watch all the good shit that's gonna happen. Now it's.
But I
the
fucking I never watched the previews. Like him and I went and saw Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
But
Somewhere
somewhere
here one time at
somewhere in the fall of last year, like I texted him. I said, "You watch the previews?" He's like, "Nope."
Yeah.
So I didn't watch them either. I'm just gonna wait it
For
out.
that, I wanted
Go watch
I
it.
wanted to see it clean because it was like
Which
they
one?
would've gave up too much shit. The
Star Wars, Rogue One.
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
A bit like the last battle when
Yeah.
the ship go and I fell in the
Yeah, and it goes through the
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
thing.
that was pretty awesome.
That
Yeah,
that was
pretty
fucking
Down
awesome. So,
into the entryway thing.
yeah.
so I won't watch previews like for anything other than movies to make sure I'm like.
You don't
spending my
even
money.
watch trailers?
No, I just said for movies.
But that's a preview.
I just said I watch it
But why would you do it for a movie but not a television
because I'm
show?
gonna spend like probably $70-$80 if I take my kids to it.
So if you had to spend money to watch Game of Thrones, you would watch the preview.
Absolutely. If it was an episode I had to pay to watch.
There's some kind of logic there.
Yeah.
His brother Robert had a good line. He goes, "Breathing ice. That's not a dragon. That's my ex-wife."
Oh,
Wow, whose brother?
your brother.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. That's. I'm not gonna touch that one.
But do you get upset when people ruin shit? Because I do.
Oh yeah, like when you tried to ruin the show for me during SummerSlam and said, "Wow, Daenerys died." I'm like,
Yeah, but she didn't die. I didn't actually say anything that was really going to happen.
he's spiteful. He's
Right?
spiteful. He's like a high school girl. Like, he'll
No,
remember- I guarantee, Chris. When did I
This-
ruin something for you?
The same. You did it for one of the UFCs.
See what I mean?
Yeah, but you do that to me.
Because he
See
did
what
it
I
to
mean?
me.
Remember?
See what I mean? Remember, he's like a spiteful
Little
high school
Now,
girl.
I'll do it to you if we agree to watch the fights and some reason he changes his mind at the last second. And he's also the same dude when he watches it, like if it's on regular TV. he just records it and watches it later. I'm like, I gotta watch it live.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
it
my
interesting
thing.
though if fighting or pro wrestling, which is simulated combat,
It's fake.
it's one of the few.
Leave it on. Don't touch it.
It's one of the few sports though that even though you know the outcome.
Are we back on wrestling again?
Well, no, I'm saying like
But
fighting, sports.
no,
and
how
shit.
how you know
You'll
the
still watch it, even if you know, like, okay, like we'll talk about it at greater length in a little bit, but the Mayweather fight, people will still watch that even though they know the result of it. They're like, I got to see what happened, how it happened. Like,
Actually,
you
I
don't do that
I
with
re-
football or
I really-
baseball or anything else.
No, I really think a lot of people think McGregor can win.
They're you
I,
know
re-
what
I really think like a lot of people who
they're Irish
are
or
not like
drunk.
no, they I don't know. I think they really think he can win, and I don't know. Maybe he could.
Yeah,
but like
there's always a puncher's
Yeah.
chance.
We're gonna talk about that
But-
a little bit later.
There's
Yeah.
always a puncher's chance.
yeah, but
That's the ridiculous thing of it.
just like if you see like papers and stuff and
ridiculous.
numbers, it's different.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We might as well stay on it since we're already talking about it.
You just okay. We'll jump into it. Everybody knows by the time that they hear this, tomorrow will be the Money Mayweather fight. The WBC actually created a money belt for them.
Are you serious?
Now
You
look,
didn't see it?
No.
it's
Yeah.
so
Did they
stupid
really?
looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like the WWN belt?
The money fight?
No, if you're
didn't
making
say it.
a money belt, it has to be Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Championship,
Yeah, that
or
would-
it's bullshit.
That would
Okay?
make sense.
Okay,
You
it's
gotta
just
wear a bow tie. Just by itself.
you gotta have Virgil
But there-
fucking hold it.
I was watching
Remember Virgil?
I was watching The Herd.
You're all
on,
laughing, but you don't know who fucking Virgil was.
I was watching The Herd on ESPN the other day, and Floyd Mayweather Sr. was on there.
Oh God, what a joke he is.
But here's the thing: he's like, "How's your son's training going?" He's like, "Good." And the guy, Colin Hurd or whatever his name is, he goes, "What do you mean good?" He goes, "You know, it's good."
He was eating Burger King.
Yeah,
last week.
He's like,
During an interview?
just hold on. He's like, "How's his training going?" He says, "Good," and he goes, "It's good. It's not great." He goes, "Yeah, it's good enough." And he's like, "What does that mean?" He's like, "It's good enough for this guy."
Oh my god.
Right? So if he's saying it's good enough for this guy, and then I text him the next day, I'm watching the Embedded episode
That's all.
of UFC, and Mayweather's playing golf. He's eating Burger King, and he's just hanging out. Like
You know
everything
what?
he's doing
That's
is just hanging
all.
out.
That's all done by design, though. Because again,
He was eating. It wasn't a stunt burger.
That might have been like
no,
creative editing,
no,
you know what I mean?
Like the entire press conference, the entire buildup of this fight is to build up the belief that Conor McGregor can beat Floyd Mayweather. He's younger, he's bigger, he's stronger, he hits harder.
Fight time.
Hold on.
Mayweather's going to be 155, right?
Okay, that's-
McGregor's probably going to be 175.
But again, just listen to me for a second. Yeah, Mayweather probably was eating a hamburger, but when was he eating the hamburger? Their whole entire idea when they film reality television, you can ask Wilson, who's been part of those shows. You can ask Kenny Florian, who's part of those type of shows. They weave a narrative. The narrative that they want to create is that Mayweather's not taking them seriously, and because he's
so
not
when
taking them
Mayweather says,
seriously,
"Hey, I'm even eating Burger King,"
yeah,
somebody
but-
told him to do that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
you
yeah.
think anything they said in that press conference up in those? They're
I'm not
writing
talking
it
about the press conference.
But
I'm talking about
listen,
the fucking hamburger.
Exactly. But do you think anything that happens on that stage in front of a camera is legitimate?
Yeah,
No.
I think so. I think that is, but I think what that is like the buff
They
guys.
may edit it the way they
No,
want it.
I think like the way I think and I see is like that's why they make money and that's why everybody wanna watch because they see what people wanna see and they feel the
If
the
I'm-
moment and they don't have to say hey I'm gonna say this and say that. No, they just feel the moment. Those things they do is not like a real, but it's real in the way that you wanna do it. You don't have nobody telling them to do
You
it.
ask anybody.
Unscripted.
You ask
Yeah.
anybody who has a good knowledge of the fight game, and they're like, "Do you think Conor McGregor is going to win?" Not a chance. They're not there for those people. They're there for the everyday guy who's like, "I think he can do it." Why?
So when
well,
you
because
hear-
he's younger, he's bigger. Mayweather's not taking him seriously. Do you think if Mayweather really had a fucking problem? First of all,
Do you think
don't
Anderson
get it-
Silva took
don't get it
what's his
twisted,
face
hold on.
seriously before he got fucking wrecked by him
different
twice?
fucking story. Mayweather is the co-promoter of
Older
this
guy
fight.
not taking a guy
Stop
serious.
You're talking about actions that happened inside of a ring. I'm talking about actions that happened outside of a ring. Number one, at Showtime, who's filming that? Those are Mayweather's people. He's the co-promoter.
It
Do
was
you think
on
if he-
UFC Embedded, by the way.
Yeah. But they were co-promoting. Do you think if Mayweather had a problem with something that was on that, you think that would be fucking seeing the light of day? No. Stop it.
The fact that it was on the UFC thing might even feed more into that narrative because they want to make it look like that Connor's got even
they
more
are
business.
look.
Did you watch it, Bullet?
They are all business partners.
Did you watch it?
No, but you have to see, like, if you want to see those people who are gonna
I saw
buy and you want to watch the fight, you have to go to UFC. If you see that, you're gonna see like not people who train or people who know about fight. It's like a normal people who
And-
they have
and-
like
and
the,
I'm-
the only thing they know about fight is that what they watch.
And I'm tired
So
of
that's-
hearing
that's-
about this
that-
puncher's
That's when
chance.
they fighting the fight. They
This
are selling the
puncher's-
fight for those
this
people.
puncher's chance is predicated upon the belief that, okay, Conor McGregor has a puncher's chance because they might be trading punches at the same time. No. Mayweather doesn't throw combinations. He throws one and two. He throws one punch at a fucking time. He's the most.
So you think Mayweather's going to knock him out?
Yes, within 5 rounds.
Even though he hasn't knocked anybody out in 20 years?
20 years?
1997 is his last knockout.
How about Ricky Hatton, fuckface? That was less than 20 years ago.
He didn't win on. He won on points for that
He
one.
knocked him out cold with a check hook.
I don't know if he did.
I did, because
Or
I watched
maybe-
it live.
Check the date for the last knockout for Mayweather.
Oh, great. And you're going to start pounding a beer when it's within 20 years.
And you're going to stick that bottle up your ass.
Easily, if it's within 20 years. That's how
I'm not
confident
sure
I
want to
am.
be here for if you're wrong.
No, look.
to check that.
I'm telling you right now that
Why do you have your cane up there?
because...
You're going all classy Freddy Blassie on me.
You pencil neck geek. No, like Conor McGregor isn't. I mean, because of the specifics of the sport. Can I ask you a question? You're a professional mixed martial arts fighter. Do you guys or do you know people that trained catching punches or parrying punches with your gloves?
Yeah.
Is it a common tool in mixed martial arts?
Yeah.
That's a common tool to punch to grab the punch with the open glove or parry it with.
He said
with
yes
punches.
twice.
Yeah.
Is it really? Because
3
I've
times.
never seen anybody do it.
Yes.
Okay, because I've never seen anybody do it.
Are you a professional fighter?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I am on
There is one
PlayStation.
in the room, though.
No,
No, but like
I've never
but
done
that's the thing.
parried
Like
some
I,
punches.
I don't know everything, so maybe
But do you think the timing,
other people.
the timing is different
I don't. I'm not saying I do it, but I saw a lot of people doing in fights
Effectively?
in SEAL training.
effectively?
Yeah, like kind of in here, like a parent did with the back hand or the front hand.
Parry.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Or
I
like
don't
a
see a lot of
fake
guys
here.
doing that with small 4-ounce gloves.
Happens all the time.
Yeah,
No,
like
one
Anderson
thing-
Silva do that. John Jones do that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about John Jones in a minute. John fucking who's.
Yeah.
Let's stay on this.
Real quick, the thing with the puncher's chance though is like, you know,
They will not be trading
I
at
know,
the
but
same
you
time.
want to dismiss it, but the thing is that like the woman who won the $700 million Powerball, she had a chance.
She won it.
Yeah, the woman up in there was one
one
woman
lady
One lady won it.
and like mass.
I'm just gonna
Right?
shoot myself. That's it.
So
Leave it in a
the
bag.
thing is like she probably said too, you know, oh I don't know, but she had a
joking.
chance, and you
Yeah,
know,
like a
it
fight's
does-
fight.
It doesn't mean it's a probability. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
there's always. A
You're talking
chance.
about possibility versus probability.
It's like
yeah, right.
it's
right.
like
is
Dumb
it
and Dumber.
possible? Yeah. Is it probable?
Stop screaming.
exactly right. No,
He's
but you're
screaming
right
the whole
though.
time.
Possibility and probability. You're absolutely
It's
right.
like
there.
Dumb and Dumber. So is there a chance?
So you're
saying
saying there's a
Just
chance.
saying there's a chance.
I don't think Conor McGregor.
I was watching ESPN,
Conor McGregor got outstruck by Nate Diaz.
and Sugar Ray Leonard and a few other guys were sitting at a table, and they were talking about. Sugar Ray was talking about you lose a step at a certain age, and things aren't as sharp, or you don't train as hard. And
Don't agree.
He said they're all victims of it. He even said himself was.
Sure, but I don't agree with
You
that.
don't have to agree with it. But he was also talking about how Mayweather has always trained. Like somebody throws a left jab at you, you move this way. Somebody throws something at you, you move this way. Somebody throws something else. The
It's all
standard
muscle memory.
all muscle memory.
Yeah, it's like walk for
McGregor
him.
doesn't have the muscle memory or maybe even the technique to
A
throw
sharp
what
at him.
he's designed to already.
Let me just
Block.
interject here for just 1 second.
You guys want to? It was 2011. His last knockout.
All right.
Yeah, it
6
looks like
years.
you're pounding a beer.
I said 6 years.
Okay, so
But let me just
So,
interject some. Just
thank
hold on. Let me,
So-
let,
so
yeah,
we
'cause
are,
my
we are,
asshole's thinking.
we are in McGregor and Mayweather, and about the guy who got hit by McGregor in the training, and he got a piece.
Yeah.
How his name? I
Malignaggi.
forgot his name.
Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah,
yeah,
he.
yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second. Hold on.
Hello.
For real quick. One thing I wanted to talk about is that I completely forgot what I was going to say.
So Paulie Malignaggi, who got knocked down, you were starting to say something, boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
here it is. I got it back.
Oops.
Floyd Mayweather is not the type of fighter let me complete this thought. He's not.
Nobody
like,
was interrupting.
He's not like. Well, I'm going to name
You were-
names, and
you
then
were-
you're going to
you-
want to jump in.
You were getting ready for the interruption.
I am.
I think so.
He's not like a fighter like a Roy Jones. He's not a fighter like a Manny Pacquiao. He's not a fighter even like Muhammad Ali in the sense that Muhammad Ali, Manny Pacquiao, and Roy Jones Jr. were all freak athletes. And because they were freak athletes, it allowed them to do things that were technically wrong. And when they started to slow down, they started to get gloves on them. Floyd Mayweather is a guy that built his career on solid fundamentals,
Right.
just like Bernard Hopkins, which is why you saw them have the longevity. And as they
Bernard didn't start till he was late.
no, he started at very.
He was in jail for like 10 years.
but he was boxing before that, and he was boxing in jail. But what I mean is, for the story, thanks for interrupting, is that they build their career on solid fundamentals. So as their athletic primes, started to fade away, as their reflexes started to slow down,
What if he's not getting hit with the fundamentals? That's what I was saying.
Floyd Mayweather is built on solid fundamentals. And as
Are
his
you understanding what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
And as his athleticism might be losing a step, he is equaling that out with experience.
All right, watch. This dude's always used to putting square in squares, right? Just so when he gets older, can still put the square in the square.
Okay.
This dude's trying to put a fucking triangle into the square, and this dude might not know what to do with it.
Okay. And that is a very valid point. I'll give you that.
Conversely, it works the other way.
But
though.
it
Oh,
works
absolutely.
the other
Yeah,
way.
I'm not saying it's
It
not.
works
Like,
the other way that Conor McGregor might try something unorthodox.
like
and
on lefties boxing, they're like, oh,
leave
he's got to watch
something
out for the
open.
straight left.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, fuck, he's got to watch for the straight
Look,
right, too. It's the same thing.
If Floyd Mayweather wasn't serious about this fight, he wouldn't be bringing in Zab Judah for a sparring partner. Zab Judah is a multiple-time world champion. Zab Judah actually fought him. And in that fight, that's when Zab Judah went, got the stanky leg and was hitting Floyd behind the head. Roger Mayweather came in. There was a big riot. But Floyd Mayweather has the ability to stop this fight whenever he wants.
Even though he hasn't had a knockout in 6 years.
Well, listen to me, because, and I'll answer that.
He's the authority too. He knows.
And I'll
been
answer
corrected.
that. He does not take chances in the ring. He does not take fights that he thinks he will lose. He is very smart about picking opponents.
So he's not a real champion, is what you're saying.
Sure he is. He's getting in there and taking a chance.
He's choosing guys he can beat, is what
He's
you just said.
Yeah, he's taking a calculated risk.
And one of those guys might have a puncher's chance.
I don't believe the
That was
puncher's
always
chance.
my beef with boxing. I loved it. I grew up when I was 10
I always
years
loved
old,
boxing, too.
Early 80s, my dad would take me to AC, and we would watch, I saw like John the Beast Mugabe, and, I saw a bunch of really good fucking old boxers. But I always felt like the boxing game, like, that was one thing that always bothered me about it.
Well, the problem
Well,
with
Tyson
boxing,
spoiled all of us.
for
Yeah.
the heavyweight
Yeah.
boxing, he did.
Yeah, especially because, when pay-per-views were just starting and you had, 50 people in a room.
He was unbelievable.
The problem with
It was
heavyweight
awesome.
boxing, I wouldn't. Yeah, Tyson definitely spoiled everybody, but you even had great heavyweights after that. You had Riddick Bowe.
Lennox Lewis
you
was
had
great.
Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Lennox
Holyfield's
Lewis
pretty
only
good.
got appreciated after he was retired. The same way that I
Let's
believe
stay on the
that-
Mayweather.
the same
stuff.
way that I'll believe Klitschko will. But back to Mayweather. Mayweather has the. I'm not saying he will take the chance, but Mayweather has the ability to end that fight whenever he wants.
So he has a puncher's chance.
I believe at his core. No, I believe that at his chance, he's a counterpuncher at heart, and he needs someone to
Have
come
the
forward.
wave factor too. So
Sure does, but we've seen Conor McGregor gas out in a 15
which
minute
which
fight.
which weight class? 55.
This is 155.
But do you
That
think?
Mayweather has to diet up to, and maybe he doesn't have to diet up
No,
to it
he's
because
walking.
he hasn't been training as hard as he's supposed to.
But that's the
Both those
narrative.
guys
That's
are
what they
in
want you
incredible
to
shape.
believe.
Yeah, but Conor has
never
to
know.
make 155,
Yeah, you
so
don't-
he
Yeah,
lose
yeah,
weight.
Yeah.
I would like to believe
How crazy is the crowd going to be? Because it's going to be
Oh,
a
it's
lot.
gonna
it'll
of
be
fucking
100%
Irish people.
almost
Be nuts.
entirely pro McGregor.
I have a friend who said the fight gonna be good until they walk in and everything. When the fight starts,
There's an
it's over.
expression-
Everybody can
Yeah,
leave
there's an expression. There's like
because they fight people who
there's
suck.
an expression in pro wrestling. It's like, and then the bell rang. He has the look. He's got the great entrance.
Yeah.
He's got the fucking. He's awesome.
The
The crowd's into
poster.
it. And then the bell rang, and it's like he's the shits. It's just the match sucked.
So
Like that's what this will be.
you. We'll ask the question: Who do you expect to win, and who do you want to win?
Mayweather within 6 rounds, he will knock out Conor McGregor.
There was 2 questions there.
Who do I want to win?
Yeah.
Mayweather, because I'm an American.
How about you, Jesse?
I think Mayweather will win. I'm not sure how. I honestly think that
Who do you want to win?
I would like to see McGregor win.
Racist.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm the same exact way.
You're a racist.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think for
But I'm a-
I think for MMA for everybody to be cool.
You're
if
American,
McGregor
stop
win.
it.
But I'm Irish.
McGregor,
too.
yeah, and you also have like a rematch that
So-
will
yeah,
make
so wait,
more
so what
money.
happens? So if McGregor wins, if McGregor
Well,
wins,
real quick.
Did you hear about the guy
I'm
that got
picking
murdered?
McGregor to win.
are you
I'm the only guy,
picking
and he
Do you
probably
think? Do you
is.
think
Listen,
he's gonna win?
Did you hear about
Yeah.
the guy
For
that
real?
got
Yep.
Did you hear about the guy that got murdered? The promoter. There was a promoter. No, seriously, look it up. There was a guy.
for this event?
Yes, Todd, look this up. There was a promoter. Type in McGregor, Mayweather promoter murdered.
All right.
There
While
was
he's
a-
looking that up,
There was a guy.
I
who-
interrupted Jesse when he was saying.
There was a
something.
guy who talked about it. It said the entire thing is scripted, and what's supposed to happen
Okay.
is in the 11th round, McGregor's going to throw his shoulder out so everybody's ego's intact, and then they're going to make a fucking rematch.
This is fucking Thunderlips
If
versus
that,
Rocky.
If that happens, Jesus.
No, if
But
that happen, I think like a Mayweather should be the one that get hurt, not McGregor, because
no.
Mayweather already have like kind of like this all like Invictor and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
he won, doesn't matter
The
having a rematch.
UFC is co-promoting this. This is
I know.
historic. First time the UFC's ever co-promoted anything.
I
Do you
know.
know why?
So here's the thing: if McGregor knocks him out, or McGregor wins, decision,
It would be amazing.
Well, but the thing: does that sound the death knell for boxing?
No.
No, or does that bring more attention to it? I mean,
When's the
that's-
last boxing that you got really excited about?
Hold on.
I'm
I
asking
have a
him.
lot.
Asking him.
The last boxing match that I got excited
Anthony
about?
Joshua and Klitschko. That had
That was
No,
shit.
That had
I'm asking
90,000
him.
people.
Shit.
You know what? though?
90,000 people.
They have
right?
they have weights. Forget it.
But I'm
Stop.
a casual. Like I would much
90,000
I would
people.
much prefer to watch K1 and Glory
Yes.
than I would.
I would
No,
prefer
no.
to watch.
That-
Hold
the,
on. Hold on. Stop it.
Triple G, Canelo.
yeah, no.
Triple
don't
G,
get
I
me
like.
wrong, they're all
Lomachenko,
good-
I
they're
like
all
as
good
well.
fights.
Lomachenko, I could watch all day.
I'm a grappler though, man. Like Western.
Mike
boxing for
Garcia.
me is
Mike
like-
Garcia,
It's
pretty good.
I completely appreciate
This
the
man
sport,
wrote the book on grappling, and he's talking about boxing.
but he's an MMA fighter too, right? He's a boxer.
Yeah,
too.
no, I like boxing. I like grappling.
Yeah.
That's the two thing I like most. Like a
Look,
grappling.
I
I don't.
think
I am not so fan of Muay
I
Thai.
appreciate it, and I totally respect it.
Anybody in
But
this room,
I'd rather watch K1.
anybody in this room.
Yeah,
Let's just stop with this silliness of
the Glory is pretty cool.
One is good, one is
show.
And
bad.
remember, he gets upset when
I know
he
when
feels
people
like he's
interrupt-
being interrupted.
But I'm
and
trying to
he's
steer it into this.
interrupting the whole time.
Everybody in this room likes combat sports. If you watch an awesome boxing match, is it awesome?
Oh, absolutely.
If you watch an awesome K1 match, is it awesome?
Yeah.
If you watch an awesome MMA match, is it awesome?
Here's the thing.
There you go. An awesome
Oh, no,
fight
I
is
can-
an
I-
awesome fucking
I
fight.
mean, I grew up on boxing. I literally,
And-
my dad would take me. Out.
Gotti versus Ward,
Yeah.
the most amazing thing you've
Yeah.
ever seen in your life.
An awesome fight is an awesome fight. But
Exactly.
But if there's nothing drawing me to watch it, I won't know it was an awesome fight.
I'll give you that, but the fact,
That's what the problem is with boxing.
Yeah.
There's
But
too
I
many
think-
titles, too many weight classes.
and I'll agree with
Yeah.
you on that.
Yeah,
But I think-
they build the fighters too much.
How
but
can
I
you
think-
be
Now
the-
everybody
I
want to be in
think-
Vic.
They need a galactic champion because
The-
there's too many world champions.
The two things that boxing has learned, the two lessons that boxing has learned from the UFC in the past 20 years is this. Number one, they've created new stars. You've named a bunch of them. Canelo, Triple G, Crawford, all these guys.
How many can you name more? Like, I don't even, all those guys
But
we
you
named,
don't-
I know all the names. I don't even know what fucking weight class they're in.
I'll
Let
give you-
alone.
I'll
Yeah,
give
they
you
wa-
that.
they
Hold
walk
on.
around.
I'll
Hold-
give you.
you
weight
wait.
classes.
You wait. You stop talking. And the fucking, I know the names because they're good boxers. I don't know anybody else in their division. I don't know what division they're in. I don't even know what championships
But you could
they
ask
own.
a person on the street and they couldn't tell you who a UFC champion is. Mighty Mouse couldn't get arrested with a fucking neon
No,
sign.
no. I think
You're wrong.
I think Minnie Mouse is famous for not be famous.
Yes.
But the point is this.
He's infamously not
Oh, and
famous.
that story,
Yeah.
that story about the promoter is a fake story.
Fake
It's
story.
fake.
Oh,
Oh, bull.
fake news, fake
Well,
news.
it's going around.
Drink
You
that,
are
you drink that.
You are big fake.
Oh no, I got a drink. Okay.
You are real fake.
Fake
but
news.
but I think the lessons that boxing learned is they had to create new stars, and I think the other thing is this: that in boxing,
But we're all saying nobody
loss-
knows who all these stars are.
sure they do, boxing fans do, and they're creating new ones. You've got Premier Boxing on a lot of the majors now.
Mike Garcia is a big name
All right, how about,
coming
let's,
up.
let's do this.
Yeah.
Would you agree that
know
boxing
who
in
he
the
is. You know
past
he is.
5 years
Yeah.
is taking steps?
No. You could walk, let's say you go into a Gold's Gym, right? And you walk up to the average guy who's lifting weights.
Those aren't the people I talk to.
No, this is you're doing a survey.
I wouldn't survey them.
Name some boxers or name some UFC guys.
Oh, Escudero.
What list do you think is going to be longer though?
Yeah, but like
Escudero.
UFC guy have way more people.
You go into a bar and go up to the average guys. Name your top boxers. Name your top UFC guys.
UFC's done a good job of that with putting it on
with
Yeah.
market saturation,
TV.
Promoting
Yeah, sure.
people and stuff.
because the UFC promotes
Shake the head again.
exactly
Do the
like
head shake.
professional wrestling.
No, I think that now they started to be
They
more
do.
like.
Marketing.
No, I think it was.
Stop it! Yes,
different.
they do.
Stop
No.
yelling and interrupting everyone.
How does the UFC not promote like the WWE?
Because it's different.
Oh,
It's
really?
different.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't
Yeah, I
promote
don't
the
think
same
so.
exact way?
No.
I don't-
Oh, well,
No.
allow me to school
I
all
can't
you
tell you the
people.
last time I saw a WWE thing.
Okay.
Like,
Let
I
me-
don't even
let
know of
me
a single
explain-
WWE commercial.
let me
I've
ex-
seen some UFC ones.
Let me explain to you how the UFC promotes.
Hold on, everybody.
Exactly.
No one
like
in the room is allowed to have thoughts right now because we're in the bullet zone.
I'll give you just a couple succinct points and tell me if I'm wrong. The UFC values their brand over any fighter. They do not build their brand. They don't build fighters. They build their brand.
Okay.
Just like the
Jesse,
WWE.
who's the WWE champion right now? Thank you. Popo,
should-
who's
I
the
should-
WWE
I should
champion?
know.
right
No,
now?
no,
My son
and
watches
that
it
John
every
Cena?
night.
But you're
John Cena?
actually
Is John Cena?
Yeah, but no, but you're actually making my point.
Can't see me.
Okay.
You're actually making my point. The UFC is not about building a fighter. They are about building their brand.
Okay.
They are the yeah, of course. They are building their brand.
So what you say that UFC don't care about the fighters?
I didn't say they don't care, but they market their brand first.
You're right in that respect. You're
Thank you.
right in that respect, but that's just because boxing's so disparate, right? With all the different.
Well, that's
WBC,
because of the sanctioning bodies, and don't think that that's not trying to come into the UFC.
If they were unified, though, boxing would do the same thing.
And what I mean is this: the UFC, just like the WWE, has a very tight grip on how their image and everything about it is portrayed. The UFC, just like the WWE used to be, is primarily a pay-per-view based model, which they modeled directly after the old WWE. Another thing. I'm trying to make a fucking point here.
No,
but,
I'm listening to you.
but the bottom line is that the UFC.
So you're still saying boxing is
What I'm saying is this.
Box die?
What I'm saying is this. As of now, because the Ali Act is not in MMA,
They're
the
trying to.
UFC does not promote MMA. The UFC promotes WWE. Just like WWE doesn't promote pro wrestling, they promote WWE. The WWE is synonymous with professional wrestling. UFC is synonymous with MMA, even though they're
So
different.
is football with NFL. Like, I don't understand your point you're trying to get to.
What I'm trying to say is that they promote very. Never mind. Just whatever. It's fine.
So
I honestly think that grappling holds the UFC back from the average guy, right? So the average guy might buy a pay-per-view because they understand two guys standing in front of them punching each other in the face. But when you talk MMA, I mean, it's like when you hear the crowds boo when it goes
But they're
to the
different
ground.
things.
They are-
UFC is synonymous with MMA, but they are different.
we're
Yeah,
already
but
off.
like-
He's talking about something else
But
right now.
like people don't understand grappling, and even as you know, I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 11 and a half years, right? Even I see grappling in MMA that bores me. I'm like, yeah, it's boring. And people who don't know the finer points of what's going on, they see that shit and they're like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like my dad who used to take me to go see boxing, would see MMA and say like, these guys on the fucking ground rolling around.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the reason why everybody goes to the drum section in a music store that doesn't know how to play, because
they can beat on it.
it's
and
immediate.
yeah, right.
I don't have to know how to do anything.
Right.
Whereas jiu-jitsu is, I'm gonna suck for a good 3 months and get beat up before
3
I do
months?
anything.
Right, but he's saying the reason that
But
the
mainstream
average person
people,
doesn't
right.
understand what
Yes.
they're looking at when they're
Because
watching
they
it.
have no relation to it. Everybody can go up and punch something.
Right.
It's an immediate
So
thing with it.
If you see two guys that can just walk up and punch, right?
Me personally, I find that boring.
No. Let's say you get in a fight with a guy, right?
That wouldn't happen. But
Let's just say you do,
for the sake
right?
of argument.
You think you got a puncher's chance to like make it through the fight?
No, I would try to get the guy onto the ground and choke him unconscious.
Right, but most guys think they have a puncher's chance. That's the reason that everybody's
Well, that's the
fucking thinking-
delusion of masculinity
I always say,
right
like,
there.
When people talk about it, I always say like there's a puncher's chance. There's not like a.
But it's
there's
primal.
not like an arm bar's
But-
chance.
but what I
you know
mean
what
Right, yeah,
it's-
you
like,
have to know the
fuck you're
technique.
doing.
Because it's
For the
primal.
most
It's
part.
it's very
I mean, somebody can still
it's
choke
basic and primal. You don't have to know well, what's he doing there?
Well, that's what we're
and
saying.
you know what?
There's a chance that
I think
McGregor could knock out Mayweather.
Sure, it's a possibility. It's not
Puncher's
very
chance?
probable.
Would
No,
you say there's a puncher's chance? Just say it.
no,
Just say it.
I can't now because
You have to
I've
say it.
backed myself into a corner.
Totally back yourself.
I can't. Okay, you know what? You want me to admit it?
Yes.
I believe that if McGregor gets a clean shot on him, McGregor could easily knock him out.
Puncher's chance.
McGregor-
Just say the words.
McGregor has a striker's chance. No, he definitely has a puncher's chance. I just don't. I mean, when's the only time Mayweather's been hit cleanly? What, Mosley? Mosley's the only guy I've ever seen hurt him.
I watched Mosley.
Mayweather.
Did you hear about what
Medina
happened to Mosley?
too.
It's a
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
botched
Medina
they,
hurt
Let
him
these guys
too.
talk for a second.
they botched his elbow surgery.
Yeah, the last fight. I think they had a rematch after, right? Like which Medina, Mayweather Medina,
You think of Maidana?
Medina. Yeah.
Yeah, Maidana put it on him.
Yeah.
But I'm excited
So-
about it.
When's the last time you were excited for a weekend to watch the fights? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It doesn't matter if it's boxing or if it's UFC.
I'll
or
tell you the
anything.
last time I was
Don't
excited.
Did you
Don't
guys
say
get
a-
excited for John Jones?
Tell you the last time I was excited about that.
Don't say a wrestling thing, please.
I actually
but
wasn't
not
Mr.
like-
Condescending.
not like this.
Yeah.
Jones Cormier, which it's going to bring into this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, it's called a segue.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's-
fucking professional.
Let's do it again. Ready?
Okay. Do you know when the last time I was really excited about a combat sport?
When's that, Bullet?
It's going to be, I'm going to have to say, it's going to be John Jones versus Cormier 2.
What? Did you hear what happened to John Jones?
What happened?
Somebody laced his cocaine with fucking steroids.
I will say this about John Jones. For people that don't know, John Jones pissed hot again.
Holy crap. That dude's his worst enemy.
Train.
I will say this, though.
Train.
There is something fishy about it.
Oh, you are those conspiracy theories?
There is something. First of all, let me tell you something here, Mr. fucking Manifesto Online. You're going to talk about fucking conspiracy theories.
No, just one. It's true. And I'm coming up to number 3.
I do like, for everybody, is it popolifestyle.com?
PopoLifestyle.com. Check it out.
Popolifestyle.com. It's P-O-P-O, not P-O-O. That would be poo-poo. popolifestyle.com. It's a lifestyle blog, and there's actually some really interesting stuff there. I'm going to give you a plug here. It's not just, it doesn't have anything to do with fighting, and you'll be pleasantly surprised at some of the stuff that's on there.
I
It's
like
really
Yeah.
some good
Just-
stuff.
Just
Checking it out.
experience and I don't know, play with your words.
Well, you know what?
I'm learning English, so I like to.
Life is interesting.
There's
Yeah.
always,
You
it's
talk about
always,
the interesting stuff.
it's
Yeah.
always interesting to see, and you know, it's a famous book.
It's like to
Stranger in
think a little
Strange
bit.
Land. It has a very stranger in a strange land type of feel. You're kind of thrust into a different kind of culture. You're not from the culture, and you're experiencing it. You get to see it through the eyes of a person that wasn't born and bred from this culture. And I do have some questions I want to talk to you offline about it. But there was some really good stuff about it. PopoLifestyle.com, really good stuff.
But John Jones.
But John Jones, this is a guy that got randomly tested by USADA throughout his fight camp and passed. Yet he took an oral steroid the night before a fight where he knew he was gonna get not randomly tested.
And
Haven't
there's
we
no
already
effect.
established though that he's a fucking idiot?
Okay, I'll give you that. But this is only the second fight that John Jones has ever had post USADA. So is it that they now have stronger tests that can detect other things? Either way,
But who's going to take a steroid the night before and think it's going to do
Nothing.
anything?
You should drink fucking water and eat chicken. Like
Yeah.
there should be nothing you put.
Yeah,
in your
there's
body
no way
like-
for that to
It's
even
so-
work into your system
it's
to
so
benefit
disappointing.
I don't know.
you in
He,
any way.
he,
It's
he's
so
just he went
disappointing.
through for some of stuff that would be like a expect to he be like careful about it.
Yeah.
what is your thought on this? Being a professional fighter, a guy who's going in there competing, putting your health and quite honestly, like without trying to sound dramatic, your life on the line. Do you have a problem with it? Like, what is your thought on people that chemically enhance?
I don't know. Like when I started fighting MMA in Brazil, like was kind of like a normal for people doing that, but I never did because I don't know. I never felt that I needed.
What do they call bomba?
Yeah,
The bomba.
a steroid. So like I don't know, but like I think like some fair for people like myself, other guys who go natural and put their like the health in the cage, and somebody else who cheer to win. It's not just like because you don't lost the money, you lost like a chance. Maybe with that win you could get like a big contract or something else better. and with a loss or a hurt, you could like end your career.
If somebody were to get killed in a match and the guy
I think that happened before.
yeah, but the guy doing the killing was on steroids because him and I were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Murder?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Involuntary manslaughter. No,
Probably
not even involuntary.
manslaughter,
Manslaughter.
yeah.
I'll say this. If John Jones knowingly took something, I'm sure a lot of people have seen the overhead camera that never left Daniel Cormier stumbling around. That looks more and more like assault, brother. I'm telling you what, because that's just the irreparable damage that he did to Daniel Cormier's brand, but not only that, he put someone's life at risk. Like, that's someone's father. That's someone's son.
How about when Lesnar's
also
on
psychological
steroids?
too. Psychological,
But-
because like after the fight, even
same
Joe Rogan once tell like I should not have interview him,
Yeah, he should know.
and
He shouldn't have.
and Cormier
you know
was
what? I'll-
destroyed mentally too, not
Hold
just
on.
physically.
I'll give the flip side to that, though. Yes, Alistair Overeem was made to look a little ridiculous because he didn't know where he was. But I think one of the most look at a guy like Nate Corey. Nate Corey gave one of the most beautiful speeches that I've ever heard of anybody. That was when he got knocked out by Rich Franklin.
Oh, and he was stiff armed. The one that was a highlight for
Yeah,
every
but
fucking episode of
depends.
Ultimate Fighter.
Depends. If it's just like one push,
But-
clean, and you
Yeah, but
just turn it off and
If
come
they
back.
ever interviewed anybody ever after a fight again, I would be perfectly okay with
Yeah,
that.
but
I hate the fucking
yeah,
post-fight
I know what
interview.
you're saying.
Yeah.
But
I
as
think it's-
Like,
but for
especially the guy who
casual
lost.
viewer-
Yeah.
For the casual viewer, though, it draws you in. Like,
Yeah, I get
it
it. I know
humanizes a person.
I get it.
And you know what?
I
think-
enjoy it after a boxing match. I'm not gonna lie. Who's the Al Meltzer?
Bernstein?
Meltzer, the guy who's on HBO, the little white-haired guy that Mayweather hates.
Oh, I know who you're talking
He's
about.
really
from
good at doing
HBO.
the interviews.
He's a dick.
Yeah, that's what I like about him. But it's always fun watching interviews.
Let me-
Dudes just get pissed
Let
off
me just
at him.
ask
in
you
the middle of
another question, just from the fighter's perspective, because we usually don't get a chance to have a high level, professional fighter's opinion. What is your opinion on people taking substances not necessarily to enhance their performance, but to basically heal? Because is it safe to say that most of the injuries occur in training because you're putting your body through hell?
Yeah, like
Do you have a problem with that?
I don't know. I cannot say like anything personal because I never took any of those things. So, but people say the help. So you always try. The hard part's not fight. The hard part is that you'll be held through the camp to make the fight. So I don't know. I don't have like a really specific like a opinion about that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have like a studies saying that like it's gonna make you better or bad.
Have you ever had? I'm sorry, did you ever have anybody who you fought that did maybe test for something?
Probably like in Brazil. In Brazil, like they like was kind of like a
like the Wild West
yeah,
back out there, right?
yeah,
Horse meat for everybody.
yeah,
Jesus
once something
Christ.
like was even like a closed, was like open to everybody. I take and whatever. So
So somebody, I wouldn't have any problem if both guys were on steroids.
Me either.
You know, like
But I'm not getting
if
in there.
Agreed
Like, if
to
they
like
had a steroid league where like
yeah, but they think like some people would have like more access than others. Kind of like I don't wanna put names, but I hear
Beats or
some
Belfort?
not here. But like some people would pay like $2,000 a year with steroids.
yeah.
And somebody else who doesn't have access for that money to take that, maybe he would be better athlete than the other one who take steroids. So I think like it would be fair when you give the same chance for both.
well, if there was a steroid,
If you give a steroid to everybody, like a free steroid to
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah, they did that. They did
That-
that.
What the fuck are you talking
They
about?
did that.
Everybody walks
They-
around.
yeah.
They
so
already
that-
did
so
that.
that's
It
a
was
great.
called Pride
if you just-
FC.
It's
called Pride FC.
But I would not have
Fucking-
a single bit of attitude about it if two guys that were both on juice and they both admitted
give
it
a
and they
fuck
both said, "Hey,
Yeah.
let's
Me
fucking
either,
do
but
it."
I'm not the one in there. But if I'm
Yeah,
being,
and Pride
like-
used to be like that.
But even like football and shit where they took steroids, like they say, oh, we don't want the kids to take them. So okay, you say if you go to college and you test once for steroids, anytime in your college career, you can never play in the NFL.
that'll never happen though.
But I'm saying,
no,
like,
it's a hypothetical.
Like hypothetically, like if they said, like, all right, steroids are legal, but we don't want the kids to do them. Okay, you can't test once in high school because then you can't play in college. If you test once in college, you can't play in the pros. But once you get in the pros and you're an adult,
Do what you
have
want.
a fucking job, steroids.
Free
illegal,
steroids for everybody.
shoot 'em up.
I don't think that would ever work in the NFL just because the culture
Yeah.
of an athlete is when they're in high school, oh, their grades aren't up, look the other way or make the exception. They're in college, they get screwed up at a party, maybe they're a little
Steroided out.
No, but maybe they're doing something with a female that they shouldn't be doing. They look the other way. They cover it up. They do this. There's always exceptions. There's always someone to sweep it under the rug. So you can't really say on one
You know
hand,
Now that
but that's how that culture happens.
Now that
When they're professional athletes.
Now that you're talking about it, if you're making sweet love to a lady, right, and you take like a Viagra or something,
I've done it.
is that considered cheating?
My penis has been on
That's
PEDs.
performance enhancing, man.
Yeah.
Performance
It was
enhancing
definitely
for sure.
performance enhancing. And I definitely felt like Brock Lesnar on steroids. It felt like concrete covered in skin. And
So has anybody else in the room ever taken one?
I'll tell you the whole
So
story.
let's let's just walk through a scenario.
Okay.
Right.
So basically what
I'm
happened.
gonna walk. This is what I'm seeing on a Bullet night out. Right. Bullet walks into the bar.
Okay.
What's up, ladies?
I wouldn't walk
Right?
into a bar, but
You
we'll
just
make
ch-
the scenario.
Yeah,
up.
you just start chatting with the closest chick to you, right? And she's hideous, right? But you don't care because you just popped a Viagra out in
No.
the parking lot,
I would care.
right?
I would
Wait,
care.
why would you pop a Viagra before you went to the bar?
There's got to be a dude
That's
out
it.
there that does that.
That's a word. Yeah,
Like,
oh, I'm sure.
like
You have
some,
to get when you're living.
there's got to be a dude that just has fucking just the best game in
Can
the
I-
world.
can I give
and
a
he's
better
like, you know what?
example?
Hold on, I'm talking my Bullet night out, and then you
Oh.
can tell me how it went down.
The bullet night out.
So you're out in the car, right? You're staring at yourself in the mirror, like the rearview mirror. You're like you're talking yourself up to yourself. You're
What am I
like,
saying?
You fucking got this, man. You could get that pussy tonight, right? And, and it's like intense, like fucking.
Is this
American...
before 10:30? Because usually I'm in
No,
bed
no,
by
no.
10:30.
It's 10:45,
Oh,
so it's late.
So I'm being a bad boy.
And it's like American
Bullet
Psycho
night.
type. It's like American Psycho type conversation, looking in the mirror, and you're locking eyes with yourself, right? And you're like,
I wouldn't do that.
and you throw it down the back of your throat.
Red pill, blue pill.
And you sit in the car for a couple
blue one.
minutes, right? And the screen just speeds up real fast, and you start shaking, and you're like, "I'm ready."
Okay.
And then it shows you going into the bar. Is that how it goes down?
Not at all.
How's it go down?
No, if I were to take a performance enhancer, usually it's because it's anxiety, as everybody who's listened to the show or watched it knows. I've got some anxiety issues.
So
How long does it take to kick in?
They say to again now.
But you
I'm
gotta know
kind of
it's-
sounding like a person that takes them regularly. When I took it, they said it would take an hour,
And to kick off.
and they said take it an hour before you think you're gonna get some action.
stop right there for 1 sec. Were you 100% sure you were getting some action?
Yes.
Okay. I
So-
just want to make sure, because I'm sure there's some dude out there. It's
There's
like,
nothing better than being 100% sure.
I hear other people who
Yeah,
suck
like
in
the,
that.
the like
Didn't
the
have
time
action.
the time that
sure.
the time that it happened.
Oh, yeah,
this was
somebody's fucked up.
this was a little bit ago. Like the person's already had a couple conversations with me, so it's like I can't fuck this up with saying something stupid, because if you give me enough time, I'll say something stupid like
Is
I
this
read
your-
a lot and I really like this book about crows and they're really smart. And they're like, what the
is this
fuck?
your first
Yo,
time?
crows are smart as shit.
Yeah, I got this really
All
cool
right,
book about it. But
sorry.
anyway,
Don't start on butt.
wait,
Wait, hold on a
Married,
sec.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Did she put a lot of pressure on you? Like you felt like you had to really perform?
everybody. No, it's all mentally. It's all internal. The pressure.
First time you're making the sweet love to this person, though.
The time that I did it, yeah, it was the first time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need some backup. Like I felt like Stallone by himself, and I was like, I need to call in the Expendables. I gotta call the Expendables in.
What
So,
what time of night is it?
like, I don't fucking know. It's like fucking even. I wasn't looking at the clock.
You have an idea. You don't have a sundial.
Where was the moon?
Yeah, if you had a sundial,
If you look directly.
So
into the
basically,
sun-
what happened was,
You have a telescope?
You take the pill, and it's not like you think. It's not like you immediately get like a fucking hard
is
on.
it a buildup? Like it's just like all
No,
of a
it's
sudden,
just
like,
basically it's there. It's just there. Your face feels hot though. Like my face
Well,
felt a little flush.
It dilates all your
Your arteries are
veins.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, what happened was
Is your skin sensitive?
it was hot. It was
No,
weird.
no, like your whole body, not just your dick.
No. So what happened was, if your best boner is like a fucking like maybe a 7.5, this was a 10, and you're like, this feels an extra little special. Like I feel like I maybe lift a car with it.
Does it feel like there's a lot like that's just gonna blow out of it?
No, like your dick doesn't feel any different except like I could slam this in a door and it would be hard. It feels like concrete covered in skin, right? And you feel like I should take a picture of this. You know, like I should take a picture of this. So like if anybody ever asks for an unsolicited dick pic,
Like when you walk.
show them like what they're working with.
I've got the max
On the best, yeah, like the best case scenario ever, like your highest jump
Would be the
your
best dick picture
submission-
ever.
That was
Like if you went out on the mat and you said you're gonna get the best knockout ever, you'd be like, someone's gonna get a picture of this shit. So it's like,
That
it's
was your Owen Mills.
So this chick walks in, right?
yeah, and
And
everything's
you're just
fine.
kind of sitting back like this.
No, like
The
it's
fucking dick hanging out, and you're like,
no.
it's a 10.
Cut
It's a
glass
10.
with it.
No, for me, it was like their workers weren't in the office; they were on lunch break. But I'm like, if it's go time, they're gonna be good, right? So like some business is going on, and I'm like, whoa, that doesn't. Well, okay, like you gotta kind of do like the adjustment.
You greet this person at the door, and the boner's just kind of you're like,
No,
hey.
no boner yet. We're hanging out.
It's taking its time to build up.
It's taking its time.
I always think it's just gonna go.
It's just gonna be like, I'm
No.
here.
No.
Where are you?
No, but
Give me
in,
some
in,
time,
in my
motherfucker.
brain, usually it's like you're gonna disappoint this person. You're gonna be horrible. You're gonna be disappointing. You're gonna suck. You're gonna fuck this up. You're gonna fuck this up. Hey asshole, you're gonna fuck this up.
That's why you need
So
the
like
Viagra.
the voice is gone. The voice is now replaced with
You got this.
"We got you, baby." Like the word. We
Is-
called the
is-
backup.
Let's
Is
go out with
Barry-
a SWAT team and knock down some doors. with
Exactly.
them.
Like they've got the Kevlar on.
I
they've
feel
got-
like the lights automatically change colors when it starts kicking in, and Barry White starts playing. In
But
the
what
background.
happens is,
Let's get it on.
it's like
Let's get it.
you're like, would you look at that? Like that's pretty impressive. And then
So does she know you're on Viagra?
no, you can't say that because then I feel like a woman would feel weird if you told them, "Hey, I need to take a boner pill to fuck you."
Like
That would be kind of awkward.
That'd be kind of
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah, 'cause
Unless
she's
you're
gonna
like,
ta-
unless you're like 57 or you know,
Yeah.
you're like, look, it is at that point you're like.
But
you're
for
probably
me-
like,
Yeah,
it is
more
what it is,
more
man.
awkward
For
would
me,
be she
I gotta eat
watching
this.
the.
I gotta eat this and
listen, we both want
drink
this
half
to
a bottle of
happen.
whiskey.
This is how it's got to go down.
I can safely say that all of the problems in my life are self-created. All of the anxiety or pressure that I deal with is self-created.
How did you perform that night?
Much better than I would have.
Like 4 minutes?
No, I was like just going, and they're like, and I'm sure every guy's done this where they fake the orgasm and just go, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep going." They're like,
I've
"Oh
done
my
that
god,
before.
what?" It's like I've got magic powers. And you're like,
I've faked the orgasm when I.
Women ever talk about that? But
Yes, they do.
It happens.
Yes, they
that
do.
dudes
No,
fake
guys don't
orgasms?
tell the ladies.
Like,
no, we don't tell them, but
Yeah.
but they're like, "Oh my god, girl, he dicked me down so
I'm pretty
hard
goddamn
last
sure
night."
Every dude at some point's done it because I know
I've
been,
done
like,
it,
fucked
but I've
up.
done it when I
I've
couldn't
done
come.
it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, I've been, like,
not because I was trying to show I was a stallion. I just couldn't finish
like,
because I was
what's-
drunk. And I
so
was,
fucking
But what's your
drunk.
move? Do you
You
shake
start
the leg?
shaking,
Do you
like-
shake the leg? You go like, ah.
the whole thing goes eye twitches, and I'm just like,
All of a sudden, you're
I'm
fucking
done.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm getting attacked by the bear.
You're like, what's my motivation for this character? Okay, all right, method acting, go. But
Do you think anybody's ever faked one with you?
well, what does Ethiopia and female orgasms have in common? I don't care about either. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm sure they have. I mean, look, I'm just amazed that any woman would ever be like, yeah, I want that goofy looking mongrel to be on top of me. So I'm sure they faked it. I'm sure they've also been in there and been like,
Have
yeah,
you ever
this was a
tried
bad choice.
any dick creams or anything?
dick creams?
Yeah, cause you got some weird stories
Makes
sometimes.
your dick hot.
Yeah, yeah.
like a,
It's like heats
like
it up.
Icy hot for your
Yeah.
dick or whatever.
I'm
That's
sure
like-
I have at some point,
Dick
but I
hot.
don't ever
The little
remember
boy put
shopping
the
for
vagina.
it.
I remember my wife went to a sex party probably I guess like 6-7 years ago and bought me like a fake vagina, and she brought it home.
Well, we
She's
were
like,
sponsored for a long time by Fleshlight.
Yeah, she brought it home, and it was just
Best
like
80
one of
bucks
those.
I ever spent.
Like you ever see those stress things you squeeze in and out?
Yeah,
But it was
yeah,
one of those like with a vagina on the front of it,
Do you ever fuck a Fleshlight?
and it wasn't bad.
It'll ruin
I'm
your
not gonna lie.
marriage.
It never talked back ever.
It'll ruin your marriage. It'll ruin your marriage. It was amazing. It was awesome. It was a good time.
I don't know. I've been doing it manually for fucking 43 years.
But let me tell you
At
something.
this point, I think
Old
I'm
school.
I think I'm old school.
I used to think that too. I've been doing it for 41.
I
and
like
was
to
like,
I like to
what's
get the
this?
cup out and throw the fangs in and let the venom out. Just start pumping.
No,
it.
but I think for Viagra, because the actual story was I told my doctor, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in there and tell this doctor.
Was this a prescription Viagra or black
Yeah,
market
no,
Viagra?
this is
I was-
prescription.
why was I thinking
that
black
Chinese
market
Viagra?
Viagra?
No. So I
Is that
went.
Chinese Viagra.
So I went. I was basically like some of my friends that know like my weird brain go like, yeah, dude, you got anxiety issues, and I'm like, well, they're like, just go to your doctor. Tell him you have a problem getting a boner. So I go to the doctor, and the nurse's assistant comes in. And it's this girl. She's like, oh, so why are you here today? Because I was like,
oh, she's
and I'm
testing
like,
for a boner? Like she
so
like
like
pull her
this, I
tits
go-
out and like, oh,
I
nobody
go,
needs
fuck
it.
it. I'm like, yeah, I'm having problems with erections. And she's like, do you have this problem when you're with other people or like when you're with yourself? And I'm like, when you're with yourself, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I'm like, ma'am, look, if you're going to talk medical jargon, I'm really not the guy. And she's like, well, I'm like, I'm fucking
Like
with
when
you.
you
I'm
jerk
like,
off.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, yeah, it happens all the time. So I'm thinking this doctor's going to be like, and you're going to want to drop the hammer extra hard on this new girl, right? Here's a free packet. He's like, well, the parasympathetic nervous system.
How many are in the packet?
Yeah.
6. So
You
he
take
starts,
all 6?
listen, he starts breaking this shit down, orders blood
still
work.
got a boner.
We're going to check your fucking hormone levels.
dude.
We're going to check all this
Some
shit.
places don't fuck around.
I'm
like that.
deathly afraid of needles. I'm like, oh my God, why? So I got a prescription for it, but even with insurance, it's like $80.
I'm not trying to blow up anybody's spot. I'm gonna say somebody I know works at a urology practice.
It's your wife, right? Don't hit me.
Dude,
'Cause
no, I don't give a shit. They literally like those drug reps, man. They come in and they fucking push that stuff so hard, but like she like
There's got to be an off-brand of Viagra, right?
They'll see people all the time for that, but like some doctors, shitty doctors and shitty
They'll
practices
just hand it out.
will give it out.
Yeah.
She doesn't, and she tells me all the time. She's like, I won't. And whoever your doctor was did the right thing. They made you run through the thing.
Yeah, and he
because-
did. He's like, no, dude, you
otherwise
have it.
people do
He
it.
told me, he's
Ask
like,
your-
you have anxiety issues. And
Ask
I'm
your
like,
wife
yeah,
if
no.
there's different levels of Viagra, because I'm sure there's like a
are.
generic brand and then
Well,
there's some
no,
crap
they
brand.
have-
Hey,
And then,
guys,
like, hey,
guys,
I want the good
guys,
stuff.
guys. Just one thing. I don't know anything about that. I'm 29.
Well,
So-
from what I heard, you got a from
I
what
don't either,
from
brother.
what I
Me neither.
from what I heard. Well, Chris, you got a 10-inch dick with 9 inches of dust on it, so you're gonna fucking talk to me about knowing about Viagra. But
I didn't make fun of you for Viagra. You fucking.
you did with your eyes.
I did.
You did.
I didn't mean it.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. I'm
I
sorry.
apologize.
I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
You know what?
Yeah, but it was just something funny to do, and I think once I got over that hurdle, when I was like, all right, I dropped the hammer extra hard,
But-
I didn't need it again because it was like,
You knew you could do it.
it was like they knew I could already do it, so it wasn't the pressure
Are you
of.
talking about the team, like the balls and the
This
nuts?
is my Viagra right here.
No, that's the opposite. You ever get whiskey dick?
Jesse,
Fuck, dude, this is my Viagra.
has your wife ever said, "Hey, do you just want to try it"?
Viagra?
Yeah, like- do you wanna go to the
She's told
doctors?
me she doesn't want me to try it.
She's
She
a
doesn't-
liar.
No, she's.
Is it like
not a-
Rogaine? Once you go
No,
on it, you gotta
she's
fucking
not a
use it all the
liar
time.
Because I'm not fucking kidding you.
I don't use Rogaine, but
I'm
I-
not talking about. Let him finish.
It's one thing in my life I've never had a problem getting a fucking hard on.
Either
dude.
have I.
And it's like I have no performance anxiety, none of that shit. And she's literally said, "I don't want you to fucking take that shit."
Hold on.
because-
I'm worried about the
because then
day
it'd be too much.
that it doesn't work. Like, because it's gonna happen at some point. You're gonna hit a certain age where there's just nothing
know,
left.
man.
There's
No,
nothing left. in the
I
tank.
hear some young people are taking, they are having problem after because they cannot get
I
a
don't even
bone
like
after.
to fucking take Tylenol, so it's like
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
one
yeah.
of those people. I don't like
Yeah.
taking anything, but like
Yeah, I hear you, but
there's dudes that are having sex in the nursing home, right?
Yeah.
It depends on who you are.
My
man.
my father-in-law, his dad got a call on his dad like 5 years ago before his dad died that he was fingering all the ladies in the hospital or in the retirement community, and then he was like 82 years old.
I think it's one of those
Hey,
things
man,
where you have to.
Fuck, if you're on your way,
You
out,
have to
dude,
weigh
it-
might as
you have to
well.
weigh
Finger
it.
everybody you can.
I
That's my next tattoo on my chest. Finger everything.
yeah, right. I have anxiety issues for so for me it was like, yeah, it worked for that one time and I didn't need it again. But I think it's obviously if there's a hormonal thing, then yeah.
Yeah, like that thing like a Vitor Belfort did. I think like that was kind of something cool.
Right.
Like I would do it like if I was like a 40, 50, and my I feel like my hormones going down.
I'm
not
41.
not just because like sex. I'm like for be active like a training, doing
To
stuff.
be healthy.
Yeah, I would take it.
Yeah, just to
And-
keep all your shit working.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel I mean I think it's
but not like a Viagra,
If
but like
if there's
that
a legitimate,
hormone.
Testosterone.
Yeah,
if there's
testosterone.
like a legitimate chemical imbalance in your body, I get it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally understand.
I don't want to
Like,
fuck with it if there's nothing wrong with it.
I
that's what
think-
I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I think that
It's like a classic car. I don't want to put a bad carb on it. Or something, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's running all right.
That you
Yeah.
see like all those
I
guys,
don't know
those guys
what
like
you mean.
they try to change the car and do stuff, and the cars
Big
like
bad
break
pickups.
every week.
I
Yeah.
go with that one.
But
yeah,
but it's one of those things like I feel like you take it the first time and then nothing works right after that.
no, not at all. It's more along the lines of,
Did you make love to her more than once?
Yeah.
Did she say, "Hey, can you take the Viagra again"?
No, she never knew that I took it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
she
did
never
she
knew.
say best time ever?
No, I
Yeah,
don't
but
really
you
listen to
set
them when they talk anyway.
expectation then.
Yeah.
Was that first one? She was like, "God damn!"
God
And the
damn,
second
he's like
one,
a
she
porn
was like-
star.
She was like, "It was all right."
Well, I got a built-in excuse already. I've got like a bad foot, ankle, knees, back, everything else. So like maybe it's just not feeling good today, and I'm
He
like,
broke me in half the first time, but barely even touched me the second
oh
time.
my god! And like
Damn,
halfway
And his
through,
dick was half the size.
yeah, no, it's not that. It's just like no, but I definitely have anxiety issues with that. But back to John Jones.
I was gonna say I did not expect this whole evening.
Yeah, back.
yeah. Jesse texted me earlier. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I
Well-
said, "Well, Popo's coming on the show." He's like, "Can I come over?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
John Jones's first excuse was that he had tainted dick pills. So even John
What?
Jones has got performance anxiety.
That was on his
Oh,
last
he
one.
did?
Last one
Yeah.
he got busted for.
Yeah,
He
he
got-
said he had
I
tainted
believe
dick
he has
pills.
performance anxiety, getting in front of millions of people on live TV.
Well,
Scary.
It could be
fighting
this
and
too.
fighting someone.
It could be this too, and this is part of my problem. My penis is so massive that it takes a massive amount of blood to power it.
He's
And
actually got one of those
pass out.
things on wheels with
pass
the
out.
blood transfusion just connected to his dick.
it takes a lot of blood to power this bad
Walking
boy.
into the room.
An IV for his dick.
It's like an 800 watt amp.
But performance, like just anxiety in general, like bullet. We did the fights. We did the fights last Saturday night for XCC,
No problem whatsoever.
right? But there's always a point in the show where I just start getting nervous because I know I got to go up in the cage and
And I
start having
laugh.
interviews,
And I laugh and I
right? And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? I just went to a comedy club the night before, right? There's a new comedy club down in Philadelphia called Philly Comedy Store.
Well, that's original.
Right, yeah. Well, we buy our tickets. I meet another couple down there, right? It's above Cuba Libre in a bar called Infusion. But,
Oh, yeah.
but nobody tells us it's the second week of the comedy club. So there's 6 of us in the crowd.
We should talk about
6.
We should talk about XCC real quick.
We will. So there's 6 people in the crowd, 2-hour show, 4 different comedians, and these dudes fucking killed it.
Did they?
It was fucking awesome.
I
And
wanna go
and then
down
one
there
dude
next
came
time.
up and said something to me after. He's like, I was so anxious because there was only 6 of you in the crowd, and I had to make eye contact with all of you the whole time. I'm like, it was fucking awesome.
No
Best
different
time
than
I've had in a
a
long
music
time.
gig.
Best time I've had in a long time.
6 people.
I-
did 0
So when we did the fights on Saturday and it was my turn to come up, I'm like, you know what? I just watched these dudes like talk for 2 hours with 6 of us in the crowd.
You know,
I can get up here and talk without anybody bothering me. And I was totally fine after that.
what was really funny about XCC is because they treat us good and all, but it's funny because we wear like many hats, and it's always like, are you gonna go in there first or am I? And it's like, okay, I'll go first. And I'm watching like the audio video people just literally panic, and I'm kind of helping them, and they're like, how the fuck are you so fucking calm? And I'm helping them troubleshoot their problems. And it's so funny because I've talked to other people about this, like with our show. They're like, how the fuck do you guys just literally with no prep just talk? I'm like,
We always
just-
start rough.
it's what
like
we
did
just
tonight.
do. But
Then we hit a stride.
but Chris goes up there. Chris goes up there, and it's funny because it was like one of the few
I
times.
don't make eye contact when I'm up there
It's
because
one of the few times, right?
2 events ago, there's a guy named Jack Hartenstein. I'm still saying it wrong. The whole time we're going, he's like Stein.
On purpose.
And I get up there in the fucking ring, and I'm like, hey, Jack Hartenstein. He's like Hartenstein.
so-
I'm like, I'm so sorry.
So Chris is up there talking
and I
to the
just
guy.
look at him, and I'm like, fuck you.
So Chris is there, right? Chris is there with the guy, and he literally has his arm to his back, and he goes, so blah 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 blah, and the guy's talking, and Chris just like literally like someone disconnected him
Saturday
from-
night,
It
last
was like,
Saturday.
it was like his Wi-Fi connection was bad. He
I
was just like
I
this.
had to reboot, like in the middle.
He
I
just
just locked up
froze,
for like 2 seconds.
and I lose it. I'm just sitting there like, I'm just laughing.
And you know what it was is right before that fight, our 2 microphones, mine went out, so we shared a microphone the whole time. So I was so focused on what we were doing.
So many things that we had to
that
do.
when I got in the cage, I couldn't remember which fighter I was looking at, like as far as the winner, and I had to I just had to reboot, like just what just happened.
You did real good because I'll put you over for a second. I'll put you over. It's one thing to sit there at a table, calling the fights and all. It's a different thing to literally stand up, walk into that cage, and it's fucking hot in there. People don't realize those lights make it hot as shit. People are looking at you, and you got a guy that just got into a fist fight, or a gal just got into a fist fight, and you're like talking to them, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You know what my other problem is? I
They
always
don't
do
wanna-
this.
they
I
don't-
always take this hand and I put it on her
in the
shoulder,
back, and it sticks
and then
to
I'm
them.
like, oh, my hand's sticking in her shoulder.
so fucking sweaty. I did every time like you walk in the mat, like somebody train right before you.
Oh, I hate
tie or
that.
something. You're like,
Yeah.
what's up, brother?
I'm
You're
telling you
like,
what, I
but
don't.
like 10 minutes later, you're like rolling with
Yeah,
something
you're fine.
sweaty, but like
People-
right here, you're like,
Yeah.
People don't realize what it is, and I'm sure you can attest to this. When you get into a fist fight, the absolute last fucking thing that you want to do is talk. It seems like, because Chris is like, hey, you were just half naked in front of a couple hundred people and got into a fist fight, and you're not getting arrested for it. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, I felt like I hit and
They don't wanna
and
talk.
Yeah, and then what?
They just don't want to talk. They don't make it easy
There
for
was
us.
a guy that ran out of the cage one time.
Yeah,
I
remember
said
that?
to those guys, I'm like, keep him right there. I'm going to talk to him. It was like the co-main event.
Split.
And he's like,
He
doesn't
said,
wanna talk.
please don't ever
Right.
interview me again. I
So
find
I-
it so uncomfortable.
The fights
I
over.
used to
stuck,
practice like what I'm gonna say.
What you're gonna say?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I stuck my arm around this
For- do
dude.
that.
For
And he-
me, I can't fight for shit, but I can talk. I can talk all day long. Just ask me. Ask me how
Dude,
the fight went.
The guy that ran out of the ring, I said to his corner, I'm like, hey, I'm going to interview him in a second. They're like, he's not going to interview. I'm like, okay, whatever. I go up there and I put my arm on him, and dude does like the wax off and like knocks my arm off and just
Right off.
fucking runs out of the cage.
I'm laughing my balls
Yeah, but-
off too.
and I'm saying
Does
like,
the-
you're a winner.
Doesn't have much to talk to, so like I kind of like can know what he gonna ask about the fight, about
Yeah.
some techniques. So
When
you,
you did that thing. How did
yeah,
you feel? You're like, oh,
like,
yeah.
it's
I-
not like
I feel-
something super.
I feel
Right.
fighters.
Yeah.
I feel fighters should have like fucking what is it
Etiquette.
called in baseball? Like when they have like the pinch hitters, they should have like pinch like promo guys.
pinch talker.
Pinch talkers like
Or they should have a hype guy.
a hype guy or that's basically the same thing. It's like so if Popo wins a fight by knockout and he's like, well, I've been working on it
Yeah, yeah,
day and night.
yeah.
Sweating,
Yeah.
bleeding, paying the
Yeah.
price. I've been working on my stand-up Monday through Friday, twice on Sunday. And what I did, I hit him with so many rights, he was begging for a left. But that's my secret punch, ladies and gentlemen. Left hook, right uppercut. And I've just fucking had a pause there. But
Maybe next time you fight, you bring Bullet with you.
yeah, I will.
I would love to be your hype guy.
No, actually, I want to be like that guy. Like, do you know, like when Joe Snow he got in the castle and somebody have to present him?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guy with the horns?
Yeah.
Son
Son of Sir somebody.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's Chris's line. That's gimmick infringement.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all
So-
ages,
Let me
your
ask-
winner,
Let me ask you a question.
Alexandra Bazeja,
He pronounced it wrong.
the Silver.
Let me ask you a question here because
One question.
You're fucking blowing O-ring.
How was the fight?
no, the fights were good. Let me ask you because you're dealing with an injury. You're coming back. You had a
Coming back
You had a
for somewhere.
you had a
This
what is-
time it's personal.
what is going on? What's going on in the world of Popo? Like you're dealing with a knee injury. What can you tell us about the rehab for that injury? When do you expect to be back 100%?
I don't know. I just talked to Eddie Bravo yesterday. So
Eddie Bravo?
Yeah. So he
Oh,
gonna
that's cool.
have a show in November. So he invited me to be there. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't
Personally,
in Philly?
we didn't talk about the data yet, but I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna do that, but I'm just wanna see if I'm gonna be helped for that.
glad you
And next year I wanna fight MMA again. I
Let me
just
ask-
wanna
You
get.
know what the
get
scary
back.
part is, real quick? Like he got injured, like on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Monday
was
night.
there.
Monday night he was at class.
I was there.
Crawled out onto the mat, like just like he just snapped his back, like
I
he's
know.
just like
I
two
text-
arms, no legs at all,
texted
just
you.
dragging himself out. And he's like, "We're doing side control for next month."
I've always
I
been
texted you. I said, "How's Bobo?" He fucking taught tonight. I'm like, what?
I've always been interested to ask like high level guys like this stuff because
You should invite somebody high level.
no, stop it. Stop it. You're high level, dude. You're a fucking shark on those mats,
I
dude.
remember when you came at
wrestled with you.
as a purple belt.
Yeah.
You came up with Godoy in like 2000.
2011.
Was it
No,
11?
11. No, before.
No, was there 8 maybe?
Yeah, 9 or
8
10.
or 9 or
Yeah.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Dude, I
I think it
remember
was the first time I
my
came
first class with him. I picked him, Dilson, and Wilson up at the train station down in Pendel. Right? He didn't speak any English.
Any.
He's got
You
headphones
remember
on.
when I drove you to Tri-State and we stopped at 7-Eleven? I had the old Volvo. I dropped you off at Tri-State. I picked you up with Wilson.
Yeah.
And we
Oh
went
yeah,
to-
right there,
we
right
went
there.
to-
Yeah.
We went to the
Do
wrong
what-
place
yeah.
first, and then
Yeah, I
was like,
remember.
oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
But he didn't speak any
Because of
English.
the hot dogs.
Yeah, you didn't speak
None.
any English.
And
You're
I-
eating hot dogs.
I see this
So,
dude sitting in the back seat, and he's all squinty eyed, just looking. And he's got his headphones on, and he's singing the whole time. We go to class, and it's Monday night. It's no gi. We're doing King of the Takedowns, right?
Is that like a round
I'm in the
robin?
middle for like a good couple minutes, like just tossing dudes, and this dude who's 30 pounds lighter than me
Just
walks out
tossing
to me,
dudes.
and we make eye contact, and I'm like this, just staring at him, right? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, I'm gonna crush this dude, right? And I blink, and he shoots in, lifts me up, plants me on the ground, and I'm like, fucker! And I get out of line,
Totally been there.
and I go back out, and I'm just waiting, right? So he goes through the whole class, right?
Yeah.
Just crushes him. I'm like, now's my chance again, right? I'm gonna fucking crush this dude this time. He's not getting me 2 times in a row. And I walk out, and I line up with him. I blink, fucking shoots in,
Dumps
picks
you.
me up, plants me on the ground.
Well, Papa, you're a high level wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're
we
almost Olympic.
but we get out to the
I-
car.
I got a chance to the
Alternate, right?
for the no the Pan Ams.
Oh, for Pan
the,
Ams.
the games, but like that one got my knee hurt for the first time.
Oh, fuck.
No, first time.
Son of a
Yeah, the
bitch.
first time.
Fucking knee, dude.
Yeah, I have like I think I heard like a 4 or 5 times already.
Ugh.
And
Yeah.
how old are you?
29.
You're 29?
Yeah.
He's got the knee of an 80-year-old.
I remember
Yeah.
No.
I remember
I've got the
first
knee of
time I rolled with him,
80-year-olds.
It's the same thing. I'm like, I'm not a small guy. I'm like 220 pounds, and I'm like, okay, like.
Is it really 220?
Yeah, I'm 220.
When did you weigh yourself last?
Like a couple days ago.
Like right when he came in, he's like, "You got a scale?" I was like, yeah. It's upstairs. He's like,
Top of the
220.
stairs.
You know what? I should have said this because this guy's like my new best friend.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I got some weight on Popo. I'm like, I know he's good. Like maybe I can just, kind of use my weight to keep him off.
You know how
a
to
little
stop
bit,
him,
right?
though.
He was fucking sitting on my chest. Like, I know you know the shit that he does. Has he ever done that shit to you?
Dude, he's banging my head into the wall. We're
Dude,
next to the
yeah,
wall. He
like,
like just
go
starts
get you,
smacking my
and he'll
head
sit
into the
on
wall.
your chest and he goes like this. You're like,
He was
Can't
teaching a
breathe.
class
I'm
one
like,
time when we were going over
man.
triangles, like when he first got here, and he puts me in a triangle and he farts right in my face, and the whole group just goes, "Oh shit, Popo just farted," and he looks at me, doesn't let me out of the triangle at all, and he just smiles, right? So
I
I'm still-
can't stop
I'm still in
the middle of the
triangle.
technique.
And he's like, once you get here,
I'm a professional.
You pull the head down and you switch the armbar. In the meantime, I'm already dying because he's choking me, and then he's fucking just farted in my face.
you almost put me to sleep in Hamilton showing a rolling bow and arrow choke.
Oh,
You were doing it, and I was like, you were literally choking me unconscious, and everything went black. My hearing went away. Like I was as close as you could be to being unconscious, and then I hear, "Okay, guys, go ahead," and I was laying on the fucking mat, like,
That's not right.
I'll-
like,
I'll-
what just happened?
all those things you guys are saying make like a 100% more with Godoy.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
People used to
I
be like,
know.
he used to show technique in Brazil, and people would be like
Yeah.
going to sleep or
only met him,
sitting the chest, like
once.
that's his, that's
That's
what
his
technique.
thing.
That's his thing.
When I roll with him, he did it to me.
Yeah.
He did it to me years ago when he rolled with me, and I was like, holy shit.
He used to say to me like, "Hey, why you care so much to be under me?" I say like, "You know why?"
It's
He's a
only-
big dude too.
He is,
Yeah.
He's a big
he's
guy.
like
I've
my
only met him
size.
once,
Yeah.
but he was big.
He's like
Yeah.
205.
Yeah.
But there was times where like I would roll with him when he first got here, and I'm like, I think I can really take this dude. And then fucking I realized I wasn't even fucking close.
So when did you get? When did you start training jiu-jitsu? What age?
19, 18.
So
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
But then you do like the 2-week memberships at like 50 gyms. In
Oh
a
yeah,
row.
yeah. But like
Well,
since
like-
I have 15, I used to go to the gym and stay 1 week. Oh, can I do the free trial? And guys say yes. And they say, and the next week the guy say like, "Hey, you have to start." I say like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to my parents and then come back."
but like
Did you
But
ever
you-
train in like Cicero Costa?
Yeah,
or
no,
like-
so I never because I never used to go to because it used to be like a way farther
It's too far away.
from South São Paulo. But
so you
they
grew-
used to have like a gym. I have a corner, so I could do that like every 2 weeks.
You just go somewhere
Yeah,
else's gym.
so that's I know like a lot of guys from the
So
gym.
you grew up. You
He's
grew
got
up.
a
In,
lot of geese with gym membership.
Yeah.
Gym names on 'em.
you grew up in Sao Paulo, and like, when you started, if someone had told you, hey, like within 10 years, you're gonna go to America, you're gonna learn a second language, you're gonna do all this crazy stuff, you're gonna fight professionally, you're gonna see more of the states than, quite honestly, a lot of Americans will. Like, was that your goal, or did it just like organically happen?
No, never. And I never.
What was your goal?
I still don't have any goal. I just so enjoy life
Kinda
and
go with the flow.
yeah, keep
So, like,
involved.
Fluid,
Yeah,
really.
that's my thing. Like I'd like to just go, feel new experience,
Yeah.
learn new things. That's one thing I like a lot. Like learn, like and
Was that like intimidating to you? Like you're going to go to a country where, quite honestly, like the people there really aren't the nicest to people that don't know their language. You're going to go to a country where you really don't know anybody, save for maybe one or two people. You don't know the language. Like, were you ever in America before you moved here?
No, I'll be honest.
What?
I would be honest.
And how old were you?
Like 20. No, I think.
But when you came here, you kind of you had us.
Yeah, but
Right?
like they
But
think
you didn't know that when you were in Brazil.
they
But,
think
like,
they think
he
was
come
good.
up a couple
They
times
think
to
was
visit.
good because it's like that when you are just coming visit and go away, it's much easier
Yeah.
because you you are in that feeling of like, oh, everything's new. I'm just gonna be here for a little bit. But when you move to stay and it start like the day by day, that's when it start to get hard
Yeah.
because you don't have that like a new feeling where like, oh, everything's new. Start like a settle down. That's when it start to get hard. Like then when you start to feel the English, you don't know speak English. Start like a feel have when
Like you had like Hanato came up first.
Yeah.
And Wilson and like.
yeah, like
so,
Wally with Swansea here, that was like a much easy. Wilson,
'Cause you had that
Paula.
crutch.
Yeah, you can like have
Yeah.
like a crown around you.
Yeah.
But like when he left,
Chilson,
that's
yeah.
like a not just because I didn't have nobody, but like my principal like
You
let's
didn't
say
have
like
a Brazilian friend that knew you from home.
yeah, no, but like no, not even that. Like
No.
my principal was was the English.
Yeah.
Because in Brazil, like in Portuguese, I always the ones that speak out for stuff, like playing around and do everything.
Yeah.
So we should don't know the language, make it hard because I cannot be myself.
Yeah, you're repressed a little bit.
Yeah, and like sometimes I can speak in a way.
Well,
maybe
you were very quiet when I first met you. 'Cause
Yeah,
you didn't
because
know
I-
anything.
yeah.
Well, with us, like I always know
Yeah.
you as like fun. Like we always have
Yeah,
fun.
but-
and
but
talk.
sh-
I think
But
if
yeah,
you're
but
funny,
still I-
you're funny in any
but
language.
still I could not
Yeah.
like express myself all the words I could use.
Yeah.
You know, like I be limit. Like if I want to explain like some situation that happened to me, I could not explain. I could like you guys could catch like after a little while, but like we
That's
should.
gotta be frustrating.
Yeah, for me it's like really frustrating, especially like
But
with
you have
somebody who I don't
smartphones
know.
Now.
Yeah.
You have smartphones.
Yeah,
that
but
can
you wanna be
translate
like
that
a-
shit.
Every
Yeah.
like
No, you can
different.
no,
speak
it's,
it.
no, but it's
It's
different.
different. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no.
Dude, he
it's
was, he
different.
was teaching classes when he didn't speak any
Do you
English
have
at
brothers
all.
or sisters?
Yeah, I
you
have
know
two,
Renato?
older and younger.
Huh?
Do they
Did
live
you know
in
No,
Brazil?
no, in Brazil. Yeah, they're in
Renato
Do
Brazil.
you, like,
Teixeira?
what's
No.
that like?
What?
He told-
I mean, like,
No, I
was, like,
never
one of the
want
first
like really
good
close to my
ones.
family in Brazil neither.
with Wilson.
oh, okay. I
Actually,
don't know
yeah,
what
yeah.
to talk about.
Speaking-
Actually, I'm
yeah.
close right now more than
tough.
Because you're not there.
yeah. So like when I have like a kind of like a rough
I mean,
up and coming
I don't
Brazil
think-
like as like with my family and stuff.
because Brazil's a very large country. It's very large, but not as big as America. I think sometimes Americans kind of get a bad rap because, you know, Americans don't travel as much as maybe some other people in other countries because it's
Expensive to
so
travel.
big. No. But what I mean is, I could go from Philadelphia to California and cover twice or maybe even more distance than if I were traveling from one end of Europe to the other. But still, like that, like what was your goal? I mean, because I'm trying to get into the mindset.
No, actually, like when I was
Of,
in,
like,
I was
going
I was
to
in
an-
Brazil. I was living with my girlfriend that time.
Was she a bitch?
No,
Whoa, what the fuck?
I'm just asking. Like he's like, I gotta move to another country to get away from this chick.
maybe she maybe she think I am. I so
I was so mean to Popo. He moved to another country.
Well, like
no, she was really nice.
but
to
like
me.
the mindset of just like
I don't know. Like
that's
I
incredibly.
never really stopped to think. I
You
just
followed opportunity.
yeah, like the things
you
show
just go
up.
with the flow.
Yeah, because I always like I said, like when I was 14, like I left my family house, like just to live, like go to friends' house and stuff.
At
And
14,
in 14, training, just train wrestling.
you were a kid.
Yeah, but like I don't have any support. Even my mom, she never went to she never saw any of my mats. And now, like let's say, like a couple years ago, my younger brother, like he competed with jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah.
And she went to his tournament, and she write something to me. It's like, hey, I'm sorry I never been with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see how hard that is
Oh, that's
and
nice.
everything. It's like okay,
How'd that make you feel?
like a 19 now.
Your older
yeah.
brother started training too, right?
Yeah, like after me.
Yeah,
he
but
did?
they're
Yeah.
not with Godoy.
Yeah, no, it's like affiliate to Godoy.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So
my
you-
younger one, he trains to Godoy.
Who's the toughest brother?
Like over 100
Over
or 200 or something even more.
Crazy.
Who's the toughest brother?
I think the youngest.
He's the toughest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, you're
Yeah?
supposed to say yourself.
What's he blue belt right
Yeah,
now,
he's a
right?
blue belt.
Yeah.
So you moved to America. What was the biggest misconception that you had about America
American music.
that when you came here?
Hot dogs.
Like,
To be honest,
yeah.
I didn't know anything.
So you had no
I
misconceptions.
didn't even have like any expectation about America. I just know that people coming here to have a better life.
Dude, I remember when he first got here.
But like, I'm
I know.
Like, if I went to
I'm being
Brazil,
honest.
you
I
never
wouldn't
saw
know
American
anything
movies.
about it.
No,
or
I
culture.
saw American. I thought American movie, but like
can't hear you.
I never. I thought that was just move. Those things are not real.
Yeah.
Like for me, those things are just move. So when I got here, I said, damn, that looked like I even got the joke with me. It's like, oh, Papa, when the first time he come here, we went to Wilson's fight we drove from Philly to Connecticut, and we went to New York. And I saw that in a movie. I saw that.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
When
a
was the
movie.
first time you ever saw snow? Because I remember when Wilson saw snow for the first time, and it's something that you take for granted. Yeah, it's snow, but when you see somebody that sees snow for the first time, honest to God,
It's like when you see a puppy out in the snow.
it
Like,
was
it's-
something. And no, honestly, it's something I'll never forget because it's like you just take it for granted. You're like, this person's never seen fucking snow. Like, do you remember that? Was it like
No.
weird?
I remember when he came here, he used to listen to all kinds of music, and then he started getting some English in him, and he's like, I don't like any of these songs
Yes.
anymore because now I know what they're
Yeah.
about.
Well, that was like Hoffa from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu United was like, I was asking him, and he's like, I used to like Brian Adams, and I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, we didn't know what the fuck he was
Do you
saying.
train United?
I trained at United for many years.
Oh, no shit.
I'm a purple belt, buddy.
Ah.
I'll tech.
Well, 4-stripe bound, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't mean nothing. I'll
You
shit
know
on.
what? You're right. It doesn't mean nothing.
I'll shit on your chest.
No, that's,
I'll
Bobo's
sh-
already done
well,
that.
Did you say sit on his chest or shit on his chest?
Shit. I'll
Oh,
bet. No.
sorry, Cleveland Steamer?
No,
Challenge?
not only that, I'll shit on my chest and roll around and be like, "Come at me, bro." No one's gonna want to
I'm not
grapple with
rolling.
me. They'll be like, "You won."
Toddy's been unusually quiet tonight.
Well, it's because he doesn't want to come on. Come on over here and come
Sit
on camera.
camera for a second.
Come on,
I can put myself.
You can bring your mic with
put
you.
yourself on camera.
It's cool.
Put it on
All right,
camera.
put yourself
Stop
on
it.
there.
Oh, my job doesn't like it.
United's awesome, though, man.
Yeah, Jared's the man.
Jared is the fucking man.
Yeah.
He's around for so long.
There's seriously nobody in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community aside from obviously Brad and Peach, who
That's
who
why I
I've
started-
been training.
well, I
with
started
for
with
my
Brad.
entire career.
I started with Brad at
There's
Jackson Street.
There's nobody else that I respect more. That dude is the fucking man. He creates an amazing culture at his school. The guys that he has training there, they're all.
I don't think he's gonna watch us. You can stop.
No, I don't give a shit. No, I'm
No, I love Jared.
Just be honest.
I'm being totally honest, man. I have nothing but.
I was
like,
there for his
utmost
first.
respect
I was
that
there
dude.
for his first MMA fight.
Yeah.
And do you ever talk to him?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
when you're there, next time you talk to Jared, talk to him and ask him. Say, "Yo, how did Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the NWO get you out of a speeding ticket?" We went down to Virginia for Jared's MMA fight, and we didn't know where the fuck we were. Right? We're just like, you got to go to this place for a weigh-in, and we're fucking doing maybe like 35, 45, and a fucking 25 or whatever. We get pulled over by a Virginia state trooper, and we immediately, our assholes are like, fuck, we're fucked.
Yeah.
So he's like, so where you guys going? And we're telling him like, oh, we're going to this thing for a weigh-in. He's like, well, you boys better be careful because there's like that's a biker bar and all these fucking crazy shit happens. And he says, I
love when somebody warns like a professional fighter,
year
like, "Hey,
was
you're going to a biker
This is
bar."
like gotta be over
Be
10 years
careful.
ago.
This wasn't the Bud Cup. No.
No.
That was grappling. Yeah,
So
yeah,
this was an MMA fight.
yeah.
So I'll never forget this as long as I live. The Virginia cop says, and I quote, well, seeing as you boys aren't from around here and you've got the Hulkster buckled up in the back, I'm going to let you guys off with a warning.
Who's the
Listen,
Hulkster?
because I have a stuffed Hollywood Hulk Hogan in my
okay.
back that my friend gave me, who died, and I've always kept it there. And
Sorry.
so the guy walks away. The cop walks away, and Jared goes, "Did that just happen?" I go, "Yeah," because when you're NWO, you're NWO for life. And he's like, "I don't know what that means." No, Jared's awesome.
Todd's
man.
on camera, by the way.
Todd's on
Finally.
camara.
Yeah.
Finally.
It's only taken him like 7 months.
And now everybody knows why he's not on camera.
He's got a
No, Jared's one of the few guys that competes at a high level, but still simultaneously trains at a high level, which is very hard to balance. I feel. I love to go in that place, but I just couldn't keep up to it. I just couldn't
Yeah, we
keep
were
to
at the
that
fights
level.
on Saturday.
But I got nothing but love for them. Please tell them I said hello.
Brad and Matt were coaching one of the girls that was
You may have to
fighting.
duck. But
Sandy.
Please
and,
tell them I said hello.
and,
For real,
and
I love them.
I said hi to Brad and Matt, and Brad looks at him. He goes, "I thought I recognized you."
Yeah, I love Brad. Do you
Brad's
see
the
Brad
man, dude.
awesome?
Yeah,
Regularly?
I love Brad.
Just go up to Brad and tell him, say, Bullet said.
He's the reason I come over
DuckTales.
here.
Say, Bullet said. What's the story about DuckTales?
Did you hear what Popo just said? He's the reason that Popo's here.
Yeah.
I like to
Yeah,
believe
Brad,
that I'm the
Brad,
reason.
Brad
Yeah.
brought Hinato over here. Brad, like,
Wilson first.
Yeah,
Jim Wilson
yeah,
taught was
yeah.
Brad.
I like to believe it was me.
Brad's great, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys if it wasn't for him, right?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can. You
sure.
can. You
I
can.
went to start training in his.
I got
gym,
arrested with Brad.
and it was him. Did you really?
Do you want me to tell that fucking story?
I don't know if he wants you to. Tell
No. We got off.
I think like every a lot of guys who are in the other gyms around feel like starting in that is
There was a lot of guys. A lot of those guys
from
came
Muay
from
Thai.
exercise.
Yeah.
Steve Maxwell was the one that
yeah,
brought.
Yeah, they all came from
jiu-jitsu.
exercise and
So,
like Bowers and all those guys.
do you remember
They
the
were all
gym?
in
You know the
exercise.
gym at Jackson Street?
Yeah,
The one with the. Does he still have the picture of him in his Muay Thai shorts throwing the kick?
I'm sure. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like in the winter and it's fucking cold as shit and they don't have the heat turned on. So Brad says, "Hey, you work for Comcast? Do you have bolt cutters?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've got bolt cutters." Why? He's like, "Well, these fucking gas people don't want to come on and turn the heat. Can you just cut the bolt?" I'm like, "No problem." So I come over, and after a long night of training, blah 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 blah, we're the last ones to leave. Brad's warming his truck up, his little Jeep. He's got a ski mask on. I could not make this up. I swear on my grandmother's grave.
Just because it's cold, he has a ski mask.
He's got
on.
a ski mask on. His Jeep is running. I've got my little fucking bullshit car running, and I've got bolt cutters, and I'm trying to cut this lock off. A uniformed cop walks up and goes, "Hey, guys," and I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And the cop stops and goes, "This motherfucker," right? Right? So literally in a second, uniformed cops just
Everywhere.
swarm,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, what the fuck?
Are they rappelling down the walls?
They just come,
It
right?
was like the end of Christmas vacation.
Well, because Jackson Street, exactly, because
Yeah.
Jackson Street's a one-way street. So the cop goes, "Didn't you hear that silent alarm that went off?" And I go, "I'm going to let you ask that question again and realize how stupid you sound." Wrong thing to say. So here underneath, because Dadis was on the second floor,
Yeah.
on the first floor is a fucking, like, at least at the time, was a medical place. Someone broke in. The medical people that own or work at the place go, "No, that's Brad and Kevin. Like, we know them. They're cool." They're like, "We still got to take you downtown." So they got to put us in cuffs, and I'm like, "This is bullshit." And he's like, "Just chill the fuck out. We'll be cool, man." We're sitting in the paddy wagon, and the lady's asking us questions. And at the time, I have no tattoos, and she's like, "What tattoos do you have?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking me these questions?" She's like, "Because you're under arrest." I'm like, "Fuck you! I wasn't read my rights." Thinking, I'm a white dude that's like, I wasn't read my rights.
I know my rights.
So they bring us in. They put us in separate cells. About a half hour later, this cop comes in with one lazy eye. One's looking this way at Chris. The other one's looking at you. And I'm like, which one am I looking at? He's like, "You have anything you want to tell me?" I tell him the whole story. Closes the doors. Like, "You want to call anybody?" I'm like, "No, because my mom's going to kick my ass," right? They let us go. Brad's like, "Fuck it, you want to go to a diner?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" We go to South
They were
Street.
like, it's not worth the paperwork.
No,
Yeah.
Brad goes, "We go to South Street Diner." Brad's like, "I'm going to get the bill." I'm like, "You're goddamn right you're going to get the bill, right?" We get done the diner. I go right into work at Comcast because I had just started. And we fucking go, I go into work and I'm like, "Oh my God, the craziest night." Brad's awesome, but nah, Jared's awesome. I got a lot of love for those guys.
So-
I haven't seen him in years, but yeah.
Brad's my man. He's my sense.
Ask him about
He's
DuckTales.
my sensei.
Seriously,
you know what I mean?
ask him
he-
about-
He's the guy.
Ask him about DuckTales.
It's nice seeing a lot of the Philadelphia stuff come together. Like I always consider him kind of a mayor of it too, because he's going around and traveling everywhere, and everybody's coming together. And it's
Who, me?
No, I'm talking about Popo.
What would I be?
You just be some guy standing off to the side that doesn't train.
Just some guy?
Yeah, you're that guy. You're that guy. You're the guy on Viagra trying to bang the chicks.
You got your blue belt.
On that note,
Purple.
now it's blue.
on that note, we're almost 2 hours into this, so we're gonna tie it up.
I've got a better hairline. No, actually, we're fucking an hour and a half.
Either way, we're gonna wrap it up shortly.
I feel like no one mentioned my awesome haircut that I had at fucking Don's that I got. Don's.
Who's Don?
Is this fair?
Quite a
like
nice
he
haircut.
fucking
No,
faded the thing in.
It's nice.
What
He
fade?
shaped
Where's
you
the
up
fade?
pretty
Let me
well.
see
He faded
fade.
the
He
beard
shaped
in.
you up
Oh
pretty well.
shit! Did he
Shaped it in?
fade
Yeah.
that shit?
The ties were nice too.
be an asshole.
No, it looks good.
No,
What's going on with the chin?
Look, he even fixed the hairline up top. Look.
Yeah, you do a little scratchy scratch. I wound up buying those razors so I could just do the side, like along the beard.
Does it look good? I think it looks
no,
good.
it's sharp.
I'm fucking bald, man. I haven't been to a barber in 20 years.
Think all the money you're saving.
I'm serious.
I go to
I
Dollar-
usually
20
shave my
years.
head, and I've been
No,
trying to
you
grow it
got
out.
a good
but
head of hair.
I've had hair for like 6 months right now, which is the first time in like 5 years.
I remember Chris shaved once and then he regressed
You
the
got a
next
good
day.
head of hair.
No, you know why? You know why I really used to shave it all the time? Because he first got here, he's like, "Oh, Chris, you have pull hair."
Pull hair.
I go,
Yeah,
"What the-"
we've all heard
I go,
the story.
I go, what
We've
does
all
that
heard
mean,
the story.
Popo? He goes, you know, there's water in the pool, but you can see all the way to the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm not doing this. Guy, where's my razor? Ah, just
You
shave
got
it
a,
off.
you got a good head of hair.
Yeah, I do now because he's not inside my head.
Yeah, you got a good head of hair.
He's not hurting me with his words all the time.
Yeah, look at this magnificent hair. Fuck you, Bobo, with your
I got beautiful
magnificent
hair.
hair.
I
don't
I had
have
hair down to my fucking shoulders.
Yeah, you used
At
to
one
have a long
point, I
hair.
had
I
like
remember
a
that.
curly afro in like early 20s, and then at some point it was like nature was like, fuck
Just
you.
didn't
My
agree with
thing
you.
for I got my haircut today because I was like, it's been a very bad week for me pain wise physically. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to be a good guy, and I'm gonna just try to do. I thought about. I was like, what would Chris do? And I
He'd
did.
go bald with a good.
No, I
breeze.
said, what would
Take
Chris
a
do?
really straight selfie like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because every time I post a selfie, he said something a couple weeks ago. He's like, you actually smile in this one. Like I looked at the two we posted today from jiu-jitsu. I'm just like,
Oh, did you
Blue
hear that?
steel, brother.
Did you
Blue
hear
fucking
that?
steel.
Oh, my
This
fucking joints are red.
Jeremy, he posted that one. I was
yeah.
I was like, he took the best one. He took
So
I think what happens in the group photos, like when you take a team photo, is like when I do them and I edit them, I find the one I look at in, and
Yeah.
the other 10 people in the picture, I can give a
I
fuck
do the
about.
same. I do the same.
Everybody does
I don't
that.
give a shit about them. I'm just posting the one where I look good.
Yeah, it's my Facebook.
That's right.
So you can find Popo on scruff.com.
Yeah, he's actually got a new sponsor too.
Yeah.
He brought the rash guard with him.
Here, Elite
Sweet.
Sport.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Can I see? Let me see the front.
What size is that? It looks like a large.
Yeah, it's large.
Oh, that wouldn't fit.
You know, I'm getting some weight.
If it doesn't fit you, I know a guy who's 10 pounds heavier. 20,
Hey,
maybe.
Can I give a shout out to my buddy?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Hypnotic.
my friend Ted Park used to own Tricosta.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did a Korean Zombie T-shirt, and he's a fucking awesome designer.
I don't
He
know
didn't
them. I
design
just
this
wanted to say
actual
it.
He didn't design this shirt. The Korean
I
Zombie.
know, I know,
right?
I know. I'm just
He
fucking
didn't
with you. I
design
do
this
know.
actual shirt, but he just hooked me up with a ton of gear.
I saw that. I was so jealous.
Yeah, dude, he hooked me up with a bunch.
I wish
of
I
shit.
knew somebody that gave
Like
me a bunch of
Tri-
free
Tri-
shit.
Tribe Called Quest stuff, but the hypnotic shit is actually it's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
awesome,
like it.
so I'm digging it.
Is it Is it the hypnotic
brother.
bubonic chronic?
It is. It is for sure.
So you're a Hypnotic fan.
I've got street cred.
Word.
I've got street.
On that note, check
Right.
out Hypnotic. Check out Hypnotic and check out
Elite Sport.
Bullet. What is it?
Elite Sport.
EliteSport.com.
Yep.
EliteSport.com.
Hypnotic.
Don't forget to thank Popo sponsors at manhunt.net and scruff.com. There's your gay pickup sites, by the way.
How do you
Don't
know
hate
that
me.
they're gay pickup?
I don't
Because
care.
go on
Pay,
the fuck, man.
pay good. I don't care.
Thank you to Jesse for coming on at short
Dude,
notice.
Thank you guys for having
Thanks
me.
for
This is fucking
Popo.
awesome.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
guys for having
Bullet
me.
and sharing your knowledge. Look forward to the fights this weekend. If you like our show, please share it because that's the only way that people are going to find out about us if you just fucking like us and share us. Thank you.